All right. Hello, everyone. Let me know if the music is too loud or if my microphone's not loud enough. I will gladly adjust everything. Let me actually move this microphone just a smidge. There we go. Okay. So, I don't know how the stream quality is going to be. My last live stream on Minecraft did not go too well. Plus, I'm already lagging a little bit. I'm using our home internet, which is not the best, arguably. So, anyways, as the title says, I am currently building the server spawn for our new Minecraft server, which is not live, but it is in pre-release. So we have myself, the server manager, mate, and the owner building it alongside a lot of some of our friends. We are doing this based on a spawn that myself and the owner Neil, we played on it when we were like 12 years old. That's when we met. Him and I have been on and off communicating for the last several years since 2012. And he has a server that I also manage. Fell off a while ago, but it's a scaled model of Earth. So you have like North America, Asia, the oceanic region, all of that. All like it's the Earth, but in Minecraft, which is really cool, but it was hard to manage. So we decided, the two of us, let's make a server that is easier to manage. It's going to be not exactly like it was back in 2012. Simply because we do want to modernize some items here and there, but it'll be very much similar. So I'm actually going to go ahead really quickly and turn off my shader pack just to make sure, like, try to keep the stream quality running as good as it can. Keep my computer running as good as it can. So this, where I currently am, is a schematic actually of the spawn that Neil and I met on over a decade ago, which is incredible. It was a old faction server called 0TX. Him and I played on it when we were much younger. And this is, again, a direct schematic. People have archived the maps and certain builds from it from over the years. So this is the reference point in which we are building off of. So, you have some townhomes, a castle. All of this looks very much like it was made in 2012. If you all built back in the day, you would know that the creative menu looked very differently. We didn't have nearly as many blocks to choose from, so this actually wasn't too awful for back in the day. And it's very nostalgic to Neil and I. So as such, we wanted to try to replicate this as much as we could. So let me go on over. There's obviously much more to show you. I mean, like, look at the extent of this area. It's a good size. I'm gonna shadow over this one. We were building that one, but there were a few builds that we just wanted to remake and, revise. That way it looked more similar to 0TX, what Neil and I were more nostalgic over, which is how you get to this, what we currently have. Don't mind all of the, this is obviously a testing world where we will eventually, place this spawn into an actual Minecraft world. And actually utilize it there. This is just our build server, as it were. So let me go back over to the central area. You can see the similarities, hopefully. But again, just revamping it so it's more modernized. Trying to help it flow more into, the 2025 era of building. Most of it was built by our builder and buddy Monkey, Simon, sorry. Um, he is a wonderful builder. Him and Hardy are just absolutely incredible. So, some of it was Neil and I, but by and large, a lot of it was those two. We really have a lot to thank them for. Um, but let me just show you some of the things we've done so far. So this used to be a massive player market, but in truth, the player market plugins in Minecraft are not too reliable and too, just user friendly, either on the member, like the players end, or on the server management end. So this is being revamped, just like more like a facade, just like a nice little town home kind of building area, which also leads into more of the town square, which we'll get into later on. Going in here, we do have a merchant house, a nice little open area, just like a gallery, just going right through for easy access into the more of the main square area. We will have some like NPC merchants over here. That way, players can just come on up and either type in a command or they can just go up in here. So just make player buying a little easier. I'll go over to the castle in a little bit. Again, just another facade. Nothing in here, nothing to write home about. Just a nice little home. Back in 0TX, that was the wool shop. I think actually both these were, if I'm not mistaken. I know that one was. I think this one actually might have been a shop at one point, then was just renovated into nothing. So we're keeping that tradition alive. It's just here, just for the good times. This building right here, really love it, both exterior and interior. Interior here is very empty, again, just facade. But then up here, you have a nice little cozy fireplace, triple bed, queen size bed for the sleep, so that's good. Some nice little windows out here looking over the eventual war zone and also the graveyard, which we'll get into in just a second. You go at the back entrance over here. So this is another house. Again, not going to go too much in depth, at least on the interior. It's very bare and empty. But again, most of the buildings here are just for show, not actually usable. We're keeping them more so just for the nostalgic, and also it looks nice. It makes it look more like that medieval. This is supposed to be like a medieval empire type of server. Obviously, being the name MCEmpire, it's going to be more like that anyways. This is the graveyard. Very nice. Some work still need to be done if we're even going to do it at all. Because again, most of it's just facades, but we might use some names here, commiserating the previous server, like 0TX, and here exactly being stripped right from 2012. Please note this is supposed to be as is, because again, it does look out of place. It looks directly ripped from 2012. That's because it more or less was. As we go in here, it's a nice little tribute. This is the original 0tx.org cathedral as it was. RIP 0tx 2012 to 2023. So, and there we actually do have Easter eggs. That is the skull of Kalsuk, which was the original 0tx owner, and then that was the skull of Crafty4, which was an admin slash co-owner, I believe. Definitely an admin. I don't know if he was co-owner exactly, but just paying tribute. Wanting to obviously give credit where credit is due. So that is that. I'll show you more of the area around the town square. So again, we go through here, the little gallery area. We have a nice little wheat farm replenishing the troops of the empire here. We have just some more facades. Obviously, they're currently roofless. Same thing over here, just goes right through. So we'll get into that. Again, another roofless house. I have noticed I'm not that good with building roofs, whereas Simon and Hardy really are. So we're kind of doing the outline and then letting them come back through with the roofing. Just being honest. So it's like the water mill, water wheel house. Very nice, very nice. Little power generator being powered by the wheel. Again, not accurate, but it's cute. And that was again ripped. Like we're trying to keep the feeling very similar to what Zero TX was, you know. So there was a watermill house on Zero TX. Thus, we're keeping it here. Nice little tree here in town square, or rather a large tree. More houses, just nice. And then all the way around here, surrounded by wall. Very nice, very nice. Let's go back, shall we? This is the castle. Again, Zero TX did have a castle behind their spawn, but it was very, you know, basic. Compared, you know, for nowadays standards, it was very basic. Whereas, you know, back in the day, it was very elaborate. You know, it was very cool, large even, I'd say. But you know, obviously builds have changed over the years, so we wanted to reflect that. So we, whereas all of this is very still near and true, you know, to us, it's very similar to what it was back in the day. The owner just logged off. He's currently studying, so that master's program life doing hard. Yeah, so I guess we'll start with the throne room. So if we go through here, looks a lot better with shaders, I will admit. I'm a shader nerd, so but it still looks amazing. You have the throne here. Very nice, very nice. And then if we go up here on either side, we have these little staircases. This is just a nice little like outlooking area. Nothing too grand. If you go up these hidden staircases, you will have on either way, you will have this large room. Very nice chandelier. On either side, you also have these little out pockets, out rooms. I don't know what's really called. You know, where you can just like look over, just trying to make it, you know, nice and scenic. Out here, very similar. You know, you can go up here and like look down on the townspeople. You know, be like hear ye, all that. Very nice. If you go up here, you have a nice little library section with a nice big open window. Chandelier right here. Library, archive of the kingdom. Go down here on either side. There's two doors, this one and that one, where you can just overlook. Again, just trying to make it nice and welcoming. Let's go back out. Let me actually just do this really quick. Just save. Oops. Nope. There we go. Just save a little bit of time. Let's go over here first. We have the tax collector, which you will notice is going to be very basic. It's literally just a tax collector office. You come in here, you give the town's, you know, tax collector your tax. Technically, it's not really like secure because you can just open up the door. But let's not tell the tax collector that he might not show up to work because he will inevitably be not alive. You have John's Deli. You have John's Deli right here. Don't know idea who John is. Just a name I came up with. And here's his butcher shop. Real blood and everything. Joking, of course. A nice little thing. Mostly open back here. Actually, really open back here. You have the two new noble steeds over here. Actually, looks like noble steeds are currently being worked on. There used to be horses in here, I promise. Let me just let Neil know. There we go. Here are the barracks. So for the town's like knights and army, they can take refuge here. There are chests. I'll give one of them a nice little flower. And then let's see what else we have. Oh yeah, have you have the Mad Mo's potions. So just nice little like alchemy shop. You know, trying to keep it like again medieval kind of ordeal. So you have, you know, like your potions. Sorry, trying to again, we're basing this off of 2012, so you know, throw in a little bit of cringe here and there. It's funny. I remember back in the day when that was a very real thing that people used to do. It's like, hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. You know, like say hi to YouTube in the chat. Very cringe. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I mean, you have the Warzone, which is being worked on. It's very basic because really the original Warzone was basic. You have some trees, a platform, and like a bridge. That's really kind of it. Neil was posting a few things over there, a few schematics which we can look at in just a second. But let me show you really quick. This thing that Simon was working on last night when we all got off, and he stayed on. All that was here was the base, this immediate beam, and nothing else. So this is actually my first time looking at it. I don't know if he's done. It looks done, but I don't want to say he is because knowing Simon, what I consider done, he considers barely made. Like Simon is just an absolute unit when it comes to building. He is incredible. We are very fortunate to have him because frankly, I know myself personally, I could not do anything like this. I don't know if Neil could as well. So this is freaking incredible, dude. I love it. So let's go over here. Also, I will admit, in case anyone's tuning in right now, the stream, I haven't live streamed in a long time, let alone on YouTube. Music might be a little loud, let me know. My voice might be a little off, let me know. The stream quality might be a little off, let me know. I will say our internet here where we currently live is not amazing. So I might have to downsize a few things, you know. I might need to, instead of running on 1080p, it might need to run like, you know, unfortunately 720, but at least it would not stutter nearly as much, you know. So let me know if anyone's chiming in, just like let me know on how things are looking, sounding, etc. I'll make any adjustments as I can, but inevitably it might have to be the next stream thing depending on what it is you guys say. So obviously I can't adjust the actual video quality, but audio, let me know. I can do my best. So this was the original, or one of the original war zones. I have to fully admit, I vaguely remember this one. Like, not really at all. Like, I really kind of do. But I don't think it lasted that long. But this is just a schematic that Neil posted in. You know, try and get some inspiration. Again, we are wanting to base it on 0TX, but not like a direct one-to-one ripoff, obviously. You know, we want to do our own thing while keeping the heart. This map will not reset. Yeah, that's actually fairly accurate. I think the spawn has changed several times in 0TX's history when it was a server, but I really don't remember that many, if any, real like map resets. I mean, they really kept true to that, so good on them. It's amazing seeing some of these usernames, dude. Like Dustwagon, he was such a great guy. I miss the greats. What's over here? Get more coins. I don't remember what coins are. Do they mean like money? Anyways, again, I don't really remember that Warzone too well. Oh, what on earth is up there? So I think for this live stream, I'm going to mostly focus on the I do remember this. Okay, yeah, no, I was here. Okay, I do remember this now. Not very much. Again, I was playing back in the day, like back when this server existed. I was playing on like a Toshiba laptop with a really bad, like, I actually, no, I didn't have a mouse. I had a trackpad. Wait, this actually looks like someone's base. What? Where was this? Like just above? Surely that still would have been Warzone. So this should not have been claimable. Like this should not have been public. But it definitely looks more like a member's base, like a faction base, than a I mean, that's a tree farm, obviously. Wow. I guess this would have kept out mobs potentially. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, or maybe actually no. I almost guarantee you I know what this is. Let's do this. Yep, this was a faction base because people would have been running across back in like 2012 when no one knew any better. They would have just ran across here the faction member would have pulled this lever and they would have fallen. I'm guessing, yep, straight down. Okay. Wow, this is nostalgic and a half, dude. That's awesome. That's really cool. Anything still in the chest? I don't know if that MBD, like that data carries through. I'm guessing no. Ah, that's a real shame, brother. That would have been really cool to see. Someone's old faction stash. Hey, Neil. This man has had the same Minecraft skin since 2012. I've known him for many, many years, and I don't think I've ever seen him. Actually, no, I almost know for a fact I've never seen him change his skin. That's amazing. That's dedication. I like that dedication. Whereas me, I've switched Minecraft accounts, I've switched skins, the whole 9 yards. So anyways, I'm going to get back over to the spawn that we're actually working on and just keep really working on it. In all truth, I don't really know what more to do with the spawn. I'll look around. Obviously, we have the roofs, as I mentioned earlier, but the roofs are genuinely going to be a Simon thing, Simon or Hardy. Unless if Neil wants to undertake it, I don't, because like these roofs, for instance, immaculate, beautiful. These are roofs. You know, this is like a roof that I can get behind. Whereas I'm not going to be able to free cam over to it, am I? No, it's going to fade out of existence. My roofs are much more simple. I would just do like, you know, and, you know, kind of call it a day. I don't do roofs. I don't really even do building. But I still want to take a look around. So the town square, Neil was right. We were talking about this last night, and both of us were like, this is definitely open. You know, this is a very open town square, which is nice. But what do you put in it? The fountain is nice. I feel like he's put barrier blocks, which okay, got it. I don't know what else to add. We have the tree right there. We have another tree in the farm. Honestly, I might not even put anything for right now. We don't want to over busy it, you know, as I mentioned to him the other day. Dude, originally this was like let me go back over here. Like this wall wasn't here beginning of yesterday. This expanded, like the grass expanded until like roughly here and became like a square, or rather a rectangle, you know. But like point is the spawn extended, and you know, I told him like, let's not be busy just for the sake of being busy, you know. Like let's, yes, none of these houses are actually functional, you know, by any means, but let's keep the facade at least alive, and you know, not just make things busy. So I think I'm going to leave the town square as it is. So I say this area overall looks good. It's Neil just flying in the sky. Okay, I like the lamp there. That's new since yesterday. I might try doing something with this floor really quick. It's kind of on the basic side. Let's see what I might be able to do with it. I did, what did I do over here? I did oak, stripped oak wood, and beehives, I think. Let me see. Set oak planks. Let's do just beehive. Let's see what that looks like. Beehive. Not too bad. I think I can get behind that. Just make it a little more textured. Again, we're just trying to bring this up to, you know, 2025, not make it all just so bare and basic. Let me put a torch in here really quick. Sure. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Out of curiosity, is it supposed to be? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I'm thinking the war zone honestly might be wild tackle. 'Cause again, this all looks beautiful. I would do an interior for here if I knew what the hell to do. Just being honest, I really want to do something, but I don't know what to do. Let's do something with the war zone, shall we? I'm thinking I like what we currently have. Oh, interesting. Things have changed, I believe. No, maybe they haven't. Let me see. No, they haven't changed. Because what I still would like is the ability. Oh, things have changed. Someone changed the word zone, which is fine. This is all obviously a work in progress, but what I was thinking was being able to access the treetops, which to be fair would be a little bit broken, you know. I don't know how this changed. Looks like the entire tree was like redone. Let me think. Again, the original Warzone was very basic. You know, you had genuinely, like I showed, it's like a platform and trees. I mean, you had some structures here and there, but I don't know if I want to bring that necessarily back. That I forget what Simon calls it. It's an actual structure over in Japan. I just forget. It begins with an O. I'm going to be insensitive and call it Japanese temple because I genuinely don't know the actual name, so I don't want to be even like more uneducated, and I'll just call it a temple. That will inevitably live closer, you know, to the war zone and be part of it as well. Nerd. So I'm thinking let's do just a few things I remember. What do I want to do? I do remember, I'm not going to do it exact. I do remember there being a, there we go. Like over here-ish. Let me see if there's a better place. Actually, this is not an awful place for it, honestly. Let's build up a little bit. It's not honestly awful. Yeah, I can get behind that. There was like a parkour thing. Let me see. Yeah, let's do that. By parkour, I mean like it just minor parkour. But when you're PvPing, minor parkour turns into very hardcore parkour, you know. So actually see how that works. So, oh yeah, I would have already been dead by now. Again, this is one. Ooh, yep. That actually might not even be a possible thing. Yeah, okay, so I messed that up. I mean, it could be. Yeah, you need like go really on the outside, so I'm not going to do that. I don't want people to be that infuriated with me right out the bat. From here, you can still be an annoying archer and still get up into the trees and rain down havoc for like the 2 seconds you're up here until someone comes and kills you. Okay. So again, just a little dumb thing like that. It kind of looks out of place, not gonna lie. Oh, but honestly, everything with the server was kind of out of place. It was like, actually, Neil showed me there's an archive online of like, I don't know how many, but like, I'd say about 50 to maybe even 100 schematics from this world, like from 0TX. Ranging from Spawn to the other servers. So there was like 0TX, which was factions, and you had 9TX, which was more like survival, like more generic vanilla. 7TX, which was creative PvP. I guess really that's kind of actually what Kit PvP turned into. You know, 7TX was Kit PvP before Kit PvP was a thing. And then 2TX, which was like 9TX, so survival Minecraft, but a little bit less vanilla. It was weird. Anyways, so there's like a lot of archives, and all I remember was genuinely 0TX, and the TX franchise as a whole was kind of just like a spawn that then like people would build onto. It was like putting, you know, like think of like an old house, right, from like the 1900s, which most houses honestly were. But like 1940, right? Like it's an older house, okay? It's falling apart, it's kind of ran down, and then you have like a new contractor come in. They slap some paint on it, they fix a few things, they, you know, they might like rewire the house a little bit, maybe change out some like faucets on the bathroom sinks. And then they called it done. Then they sold it. Then like 5 years later, new contractor would come on in, you know, fix it up a little more, slap a new layer of paint. By the time you get around to owning the house, you know, like 60, 70 years later, there's like 5 different coats of paint, which is kind of what the TX franchise kind of remind. I love how I saw Neil, like I caught him in the act, and then he's like, nope, I'm getting off. Anyways, like no, but that's genuinely like what 0TX felt like to me, where it was just you would have, you know, these like these different builds over time. So things looked off, things looked out of place. So this being out of place or feeling out of place, I'm not mad at it. It kind of actually brings home that, you know, just like more randomness, I guess, that 0TX kind of was. So I think I'd mentioned to Neil because he was like, let's find a spawn for the server. And I totally agree. Or not a spawn for the server, sorry. A seed, like a Minecraft seed for the server, so we can actually get this moved over. Because I kind of agree with him. I think we're really kind of coming down. I mean, we need the roofs to be finished, which apparently takes time in like 5 minutes, if that, per roof. The guy is just an absolute legend. And then, I mean, anything else we can tweak on the server. So I'm actually going to do something. I'm going to... What am I going to do? I just realized this isn't full screen, so I'm going to unfull screen it. Don't mind me. I know that's going to make the video look a little bit weird, but I don't really mind right now. Minecraft seeds with on island. It's like this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was going to try out some of these. So don't mind me, Neil. I'm going to go away for a minute. Let me see if my ping's gotten any better. No. Again, live streaming might not be the way to go for me. I'll watch this back and see how the quality is. And if it is not great, I'll probably get rid of that now. If it's not great, I'll probably end up trying something else out. I don't know. We'll work on it. You know, it's a work in progress. All this is all a work in progress. So just give me some time. Give me some grace as I work through all this. So this is the first seed that someone mentioned. So the description is it's from a year ago. Wow, they weren't lying. So the description says each of the islands is on. Okay, wait, what? Each of the islands is on spawn and has at least one village and one icy/jagged peaks mountain. All seeds should have similar terrain on bedrock. Oh. But villages and other structures may be missing or at different spots. So this might only be for bedrock. I don't actually know. I guess I didn't read that far. Let me just see. I mean, so far I'm seeing a lot of water. I wouldn't really call this an island as it's connected, but maybe it's like a massive island. So far, I mean, they're running true. It does have a village. I like the openness, but not really like for this specific spawn. You know, this is a little bit too jagged. I'm going to actually find, let's do more of like, trying to see. Like, okay, yeah, so I do see this is a massive island. Like genuinely massive island, which I don't really think we're wanting. It's not bad, but at the same time it's very elaborate. So we save and exit this one. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Keep it the same. There we go. Let me see. Immediately in what is the tundra? It used to say, I thought. If it says, I'm not missing it. I don't see the biome this is. Oh, I guess Frozen Peaks over there on the journey map. Let's see. Definitely more of a flat. Again, a little large. A little bit on the large side. I don't hate it. It can definitely be worked with. I almost wish that Neil and I were like in a call together so that him and I could like look at these together side by side. Or not side by side, but like together. Um this isn't awful. I don't hate this. I do like the idea. I wish it was more like that, but like a little bit bigger. Like just a little bigger to like, you know, sustain the size of the spawn. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find another one really quick. Do this instead. Okay, let's try this instead. Yeah, I think this will be a lot better. Okay. So let's try I'm going to delete that one. Wasn't the biggest fan. Survival. There we go. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. So this is a large island. It's half large. Or wait, it's a large half plains, half forest seed. Points of interest: surface lava pool. Okay, that's what we're looking at. I'm just reading the description of what this user posted on the Minecraft forum website. Okay, when he was saying large island. Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, it cuts off there. That's not really. I mean, it is an island, obviously, but like. Separated by a ravine. It is an island, but I mean, you're touching other land. Wow, this is a long island. Oh heavens. This goes. Okay, there we go. Looks like this is where it, okay. Better. We're getting better. If it was a little bit more isolated, I think I'd like it a lot more. See about this one. This one, the description is just like small. So let's see if it's like very small. I'll name it at least. That way I actually have some sort of memory as to what these look like. Oh, it's a birch forest. Okay. So far I like it a lot more. You know, we can easily work out the terrain. Okay, when he said this is not small, brother. Unless if it's no, I mean I'm reading the description. This is it. Okay, so it's like it stops there and then it goes around. Is that where it stops or no? That's a ravine. Nah, this is not small, brother. This is yeah. Looks like the water lines over there. So this is a good sized. Which honestly, our spawn is large. I will give that. Where the bloody hell? Where are clouds again? Clouds off. Like again, our spawn, granted, is large, but like not this large. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. Tell you what, these non-copyright songs are really bringing me back in that 2012 environment. Actually, I'll just name this the seed. That way, I definitely know which one I'm looking at. So this is another one. Ooh, jungle, nice. Got water right there. How big are we talking here? How big are we talking here? See water. Don't know if that's a lake. Load. Between me streaming and also doing all this generation, my computer's not liking me. I'm going to actually talk really quickly. Neil and I have not gone into a voice call, I think, in like several years. So I'm just going to message him in game. I just ask him outright what he's thinking about for a seed. See, again, my guy used 2 trapdoors to make like A vertical half slab. Do we know the original 0TX seed? Negative. I'm sure if I asked a community out there, they could easily find it based on videos, but no. Give me a sec. I'm actually just simply curious whether it's simple Google search would bring up. Minecraft 0TX World Seed. I'm actually just curious. See, the issue is, yeah. No, not seeing it. If I do like 0tx.org, that would prove more useful. The issue is there is no way that this is actually true. I'm going to be actually dumbfounded. Like, they have the version right for when 0tx was made, but I am genuinely going to be shocked that this is correct. Mind you, it's Google AI, so I highly doubt it is correct. But if it is, I will eat my words. Okay, well, I can already tell you it's not an old seed. Or maybe it is, and they've just updated. I actually have no idea how that works. Can you even use an old seed? Oh no. I mean, the issue is, even if this is the right seed, I don't know how I would know if it is. Like, I'm trying to remember anything about the actual real generation, like if there's anything unique. The issue is, again, this is a newer version of Minecraft than when we played. No, that's not what I'm looking for, you absolute baboon. Don't mind me, I'm just Googling some stuff. Okay. Maybe actually factions.org would prove to be a better Minecraft factions. Oops, factions.org. World seed, because technically I think that was the actual domain. Yeah, no, I don't know it. Sorry, dude. That would be sick. And unless that they still have the world actually open, the only other thing I can think of is we give like one of these world find like seed finding communities videos from 0tx, and then they like use bedrock and clouds and all that stuff that they use. I don't even understand it all, but I've watched videos and I've tried understanding. My brain practically implodes. Like the only thing I can think of, actually. So let me go back over to him and just let him know. Yeah, my internet is tanking. Ow, 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 ow. Nope. I don't know. Like, let me see. How big roughly are we talking here? It is a good sized spawn. I think all the ones that we looked at thus far are too big. Like the the islands themselves are too big. Let me pull up another Google search really quick. Yeah, it is too bad. Neil, it is too bad. Oh, this might not be awful actually. Try this one. So if I go single player, create new world, this one actually has like I forget what it's called. But it's like the hello. Oh, I need to actually go to the okay, so TP negative 33 35. That's gonna be the spawner if this is the correct seed. Or it's gonna be just in the hello. Neat. Yeah. Apparently, according to the forum, this was supposed to be a spawner location. I will say, nice, very nice lush cave though. And this is also not a swamp. I feel like I might have potentially could have been lied to, and or this is just an older map. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, that's infuriating. That is infuriating. I actually have a better idea as to how to find a Minecraft world. I'm going to do something. I'm gonna do one of this. Okay. Just a random seed. When in doubt, random. See what pops up here. Okay. Seed. Okay, what the hell is that website again? Minecraft seed map. Of course, I did not. Minecraft seed map. There we go. Oh, chunk base. That's what it's called. I was like, I know it, but I don't know it. We are in 1.10. Yeah, there we go. This is a seed. That looks right. Okay. Now let me find a nice little island that we can call home based on the seed. I will say this is actually one of the most land covered maps I think I've actually ever seen. Like, it is insane. Okay, so it's like negative. Okay, it's TP negative 25 845. Let's do like, I don't know, 90 just in case. Negative 408. I might have went too high. Oh, maybe not. This is not where this is not this. Hello, greetings. What I TP to? That's right. I am confusion. Am I not intelligent? Java 1.21.10. You do this instead. /seed. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that is right. Okay, what am I missing here? Oh, wait, why'd that change? I don't know why that changed. Okay, this is a very different map now. My head hurts. I now know why I'm not normally good at this. For context, I'm looking at chunk base. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm trying just to find an island that we could potentially habitate. Actually, this one's looked that bad. Let's do that. So slash TP negative 2246590 negative 29610. Let's see what this looks like. This should now be a plains. Yes, it is a plains. That's at least a plus. At least it looks like I'm TP to the right biome. This should be just an island. My computer is struggling. I will say this is actually a much bigger island than I gave it credit for. Didn't look that big, but I guess it is that big. So let me find one that maybe... Ooh, this actually looks nice. What is this? This is actually a beach biome with a savanna and a forest. I'm actually going to do this one instead. Let's do one of these. Slash TP. What are the chords again? Negative 2907575. 75. There we go. 90. Negative 3939. If I can stop fat fingering, that would be absolutely incredible. Let's see what this is looking like. Should be a lot smaller. Then we can terraform it to our needs. I think this might not be awful. I'm going to take a screenshot of this and send it to Neil and see what he thinks. Neil, where are you? You absolute massive human. There we go. What you think about this? Obviously, we would terraform it to our needs. It is also like negative, or what was it, like 30k blocks. Actually, it's like 60 when they reconsider it. 60k blocks from 0, 0, lol. But obviously, we would be able to set the spawn point anywhere we wanted to, so it's not really that big of a deal. Wow. I guess while I wait for him to respawn, let me try another one really quick. I would like one that's closer to 0, 0 if I could help, or if that could do it. Let me see. Spawn question mark. Yeah, just do that. Oh, I like that. I already see your water on journey map. That's a plus. Actually, this isn't awful. I don't think, anyways. The fact that I'm actually not spawned at 0, 0 makes me think this actually is like the spawn was meant to be in the ocean. Wait, is it like a perfect freaking crater? ¿Qué pasa? I don't hate this. It's less of an island because I mean it does definitely connect, but depending on how my guy does it. Okay, yeah, so it goes there, there. Be a little too far, lol. Yeah, just a little. Okay, this actually goes forever, but we can easily disconnect the two and refill up with water and then just utilize that. Because if I am correct, that... Yeah, okay. I'm going to propose this one, I think. Because this I can actually kind of get behind. It is much closer to 0, 0. 0, 0, I presume, is like somewhere off in the ocean. Let me do another screenshot to him. I'm actually going to also edit it. Kind of just showcase like we can get rid of... That's not what I meant to do, mate. That is not what I meant to do at all. Still not what I meant to do. Bad. There we go. We can like annex all of that, make that water again. There we go. Ooh, copy. Sweet. This. It is the spawn point. And we can separate the land, making it more of a smaller island as shown. I love how I think I labeled this live stream something along the lines of like, we're gonna be building a spawn, and instead I'm just looking, where are we actually gonna put it? I am useful. Okay. I am going to go back on the server. I actually think that, personally at least, I think that is actually a decent contender. So I'm going to let him consider that. Wow, my computer struggling. It typically does not take that long to load. Wow. I'm sad. Does it run east to west? Oh, bloody hell if I know. That is actually a good question, though, because the sunrise sunsets. So let me actually see. I gave him a hard time, but actually is a really good point. Actually, yes. Yes, it does. Let me actually just show him a journey map. So this is east, this is west. That's actually huge. This is why he's the owner. He actually thinks about stuff like that. I am much more just like, and I told, wait, what? Oh, right. I've told him this before. Yeah, he literally just asked me what seed is that. I was like, yeah, I got you. I preemptively knew you would want it. So I have Minecraft management experience, but management in the sense of personnel. Where did you find it? Uh, random generation. LMAO. Oh. Anyways, yeah, so he is much more like, at least in my opinion, I would consider Neil much more of like a true server manager, where he actually is like good with plugins and stuff and knows how things actually go together. Whereas I'm a people person. I actually really enjoy the like the harmonious nature of like a management team for a Minecraft server. So that's where I have experience, and I think he's known that for years, but I think he might just now begin to really realize it. You know, where you like, wait, what? Oh, I am obviously very bad. There we go. Oh, that's why. Sorry, reminiscing. Anyways, yeah, so I definitely don't have like actual server management experience, in the sense that like I know group permissions, because again, that kind of falls in line with the like the harmonious like management style of like the personnel, because obviously as a personnel manager you need to um I'm joking, Neil. Anyways, um also, Neil, in case you are actually watching, welcome. Second of all, let me know if the audio is any good. I will admit I have not streamed in a long time, and my last time really streaming was absolutely trash because I realized my settings were all wrong. Even now, it probably is still wrong. So let me know if like the music's too loud, if I'm not loud enough, vice versa. If the stream quality is bad, like the video itself, let me know. I will attempt to adjust it for the next one, but it's also just my internet quality. Ooh, audio is perfect. Thank you. That makes my audio engineer brain very happy. especially given I adjusted very little because I don't like OBS, if I'm being completely honest. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so Neil is much more of a just while I was going back to, he's much more, at least from what I've noticed, like server oriented with his management, where he is um what's the word? Like more aware of like plugins, actually coding, not maybe like his own exact plugins. I don't actually want to speak for that or into that, but he definitely has more experience than that. The only plugin I'm very well versed in is Luck Perms, the actual permissions. That's because that falls more in line with my management style, where I'm more like people. And I think, again, like I was saying, the whole like building process of this spawn and getting the server, um I don't hear the game that well. Are you streaming just YouTube or I am streaming both. The issue is I don't really have, I guess I do have it up, but it's like very little. That's mostly because I'm not like doing anything massive. I'll turn it up a little bit. Um but yeah. So I definitely have much more experience with the actual management of people than the actual server. And thus I am kind of useless until we actually get the server rolling. But I am definitely enjoying the build process. So speaking of which, I'm going to actually, you know what? I think it'll be funny. Also, sorry. Callie, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for popping in. I don't see you in No, I'm not on Twitch anymore. I stopped Twitch live streaming, I want to say a year ago. It just, between the money aspect of it, like the actual payouts, which was great. The funny thing is, I will probably be the only person doing content that you'll find that I actually don't want money. Mostly for tax purposes, because the taxes of Twitch and YouTube is so freaking annoying. I actually would rather not make money doing this. Just keep my 8 to 5 and just do this as a hobby. I know obviously on Twitch you can set it to where you're not making money, but I don't know. I started getting back into YouTube and then I stopped and then I started it and then I stopped. And finally I'm like, you know what? Neil, where'd he go? Where's that? Oh, there he is. That majestic being and I, we were like, you know what? Let's just make a server and, you know, keep it simple, keep it clean. And I'm like, you know what? I can actually live stream that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So anyways, yeah, so I'm actually going to do something which I think be very funny on live stream, because then it'll be forever documented. I'm going to attempt a roof of a house. I just gave him an ego complex and he did not need that. I've created an absolute monster and now I'm sad. Anyways, like all these roofs were made by Simon, because Simon actually has more than 2 brain cells when it comes to building, and they actually spark together. Whereas I do not. Just being honest, I know my own limitations, but I'm going to give it a shot because I don't want, you know, just to, you know, we're not making Simon do anything. Hell, we're not even paying him, you know, he's doing this out of the kindness of his own heart. Horn Cult Official. Oh my gosh, can I just please say that is the best username I think I've ever seen, ever. It's corn. I love that. So I'm going to actually I'm going to get some inspiration. How does Simon do his roofs so I don't look like a complete idiot whenever I do one? Okay, so it's like, it looks like he has like a different color for the outside. And then sometimes looks like he does like more of like a pattern on the inside, like where it's not like one block. It's his little feel. I love that. I love that very much. Okay. I think. Sorry, I'm not trying to stay quiet. I'm just trying to think. Okay. Yeah, like he does that all the time. Okay. 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 Let me do like a dark color, dark oak maybe for that. And then trying to think. What goes good? I'm going to try doing something that's probably going to be very stupid. Actually, let me get like a block pattern website up. Block palette, not pattern. I'd say palette. What goes good with what is this? Pale? Yeah, pale oak. Remind my uneducated brain what goes good with pale oak. So let me see. So pale oak planks. Okay, yeah. So you have the dark oak. Ooh, I could do stone brick. Stone brick is being said a lot. Also, deep slate brick is being said. Ladies and shits, clear the deck. He's attempting to think. You know, if it wasn't me, I would actually take great offense to that. But because it is me, I don't take offense. Dude, I have not actually seriously tried building in Minecraft in years. Whenever I did, it was like, like 2012 building style. Actually, Callie, let me show you something. So again, this is our server spawn. Majestic, gorgeous, beautiful. Um, just like this ego maniac that I've created in the chat. That. Anyways, let me go show you what we're actually like basing this on. So I don't know how long you've been here, but in case you haven't been here, since the beginning of the stream, about I don't know, an hour ago. I don't actually know. I'm going to just show you the spawn that we're basing this off of. So Neil and I met back in 2012. Short history lesson. We met back in 2012 here. This is a schematic file that we have archived of the spawn that we originally met on 12 years ago, or not 12 years ago, more like 13 years ago now, actually. So again, very generic. I mean, like, look at that roof. It is blocky. It is blocky, brother. Like, and that's very 2012 Minecraft. Like these were our colors back in the day. We didn't have massive colors. We didn't have like our creative menu did not look like this. Like red sandstone. What is this? Prismarine. Never heard of it. Copper. When did we have copper? We still have emerald tools, but we have copper tools. Explain. Microsoft, Mojang, whoever owns this creation, tell me, why do we have copper tools before emerald? I want a handwritten letter signed and stamped by Notch. I don't care if he's no longer working on Minecraft. I want an explanation. Moving on. Point of the matter is, this is what I consider my build style, where it's very blocky, very rudimentary. It's very basic. Then you get to where our builders, Simon and Hardy. Okay, no, Callie, I know I sound like an old man. I know I'm not that old, but I feel old when I play Minecraft now because so much has changed. I mean, like, let me show you what Simon built. I got off at like 11 p.m. last night. Yeah, copper armor is now a thing. Look at this. Look, I'm gonna just do this really quick. I don't care. I'm gonna take a small tangent because this looks ugly. Oh wait, let me turn my music off. What was that? Is that the default noise that armor makes? And it just... That's different and it bugs me. I don't know why. Moving on from that weird audio tangent, it sounds different when you put it on. But yeah, look at it. It sounds so aggravating. But yeah, no, it is ugly. Why did they make this? No one asked for this. Actually, I'm curious. Let me float down the bottom. Wrong one. It gives you, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armor. How much does like something not ugly give you? Like, let's do, I guess, chainmail, because I'm thinking that's probably the next like closest. Actually, I can just read it. 2, 4. That gives 5. 4. Okay, so it's actually worse than chainmail. And it's just marginally better than leather. Handwritten letter tomorrow, my desk. I want it. I'm actually fed up. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so copper armor is a thing. Yeah, so again, Microsoft may have been desperate for new content. New content being in parentheses there is actually glorious because that has never been more correctly said. Also, music. Not going to lie, it could have worked if they made bronze, but that. Oh, wait, you're so. No, you're right. Who looks at like copper? Because wait, okay, before I say something out loud, I'm going to Google something. Tired, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm Googling something. Okay, whatever, close enough. Yeah, I was going to say like US, United States minted pennies are made of copper. I guess they used to be apparently. Yeah, back in like before 1982 they were minted with like with primarily copper. Anyways, who looks at a penny? Like let's just keep this analogy. Who looks at a penny and is like, "You know what? I'm going to make armor out of that." No, no one. No one looks at a rusty brown penny. Bronze, I can actually get behind because that does make sense. Like iron, gold, diamond, bronze, that actually makes sense. Copper, again, Callie, I'm telling you, they made a mistake. They made a mistake. I will say though, wait, wait. Am I having a mental brain moment? I'm curious. This is like a mega tangent, and I'm not mad I'm having it. I'm just going to do this really quick. //1, so I can have that for later. Crafting table. I actually don't know where anything is in the thing anymore. Sticks. Copper. Oh no, that won't work, will it? Because see, my thought process here, guys. Copper in Minecraft, just like in real life, ages and it, gets exposed to the elements and it turns into more of like an oxidized look. And I think that actually looks pretty. Like weathered copper, arguably. I love it. I think it looks very pretty. So think about it like this. I don't know if it's a thing because again, I'm not one of these new Minecrafters where I know these things. But if you could oxidize copper tools and armor, I think that would actually look very pretty. Like imagine that. I think that would look nice. Was it really a mistake though? How many YouTube videos have been made on that crappy armor alone? Yeah. Bad publicity is publicity. You're right. But like I remember even back in like 2012, 2013, everyone wanted emerald armor and emerald tools because you had like your elements ingots were like you had iron, gold, diamonds. I think you had lapis. I don't think it was very used because it wasn't even used for enchanting back then. It was just a block. That was its entire purpose. And emerald, like it was 1, 2, 3, 4, like it was these five. And I guess coal, but no one considers coal an actual element. It's used for smelting, let's be honest. But I remember all the mod packs where, they made, being like, in today's video, now you can craft, emerald chest plates, like that was a big thing. But, it's not like Microsoft or whoever is doing all of this anymore. It's not like they didn't have that at their availability. Timu diamond armor, honestly. Oh, I thought diamond armor was the big deal. No, yeah, diamond armor was the big deal. And then they were like, you know what? Diamond's been good for just too long. Let's make netherite. So yeah. Need harder to see armor for real. I would actually love that because I feel like that would be gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, now that that tangent's done, more or less. Where is he? I can see him like hovering right above me somewhere. Where is he? Where actually? Are you actually spying on me? You genuine cretin. I love that. Anyways, so my building style again was like, whoa, that is way too zoomed. is like over there, right? Again, you have like the blocky, disgusting. I actually think it's pretty because that's what I grew up with. Um, this is what Simon spat out. Again, I got off what, Neil? I think it was like 11 p.m. last night, my time, which I think was like what, 1 a.m. your time. Like I got off late, granted for me, last night, and he had only really done the base. My guy Simon made an entire Japanese temple overnight. Look at this detail. Like I saw him, he was placing individual blocks. I'm sure once he got like one face done, he like just world edited and like, you know, copied. Yeah, super. You know, just like super detailed though. I mean, like look at this incredible like detail. This is why, because I was actually talking to a friend of mine in real life about this, and he's like, wait, you have builders, how the hell are you paying them? And I'm like, we're not. Um we're not paying Simon or Hardy or any of the other builders, which I feel kind of bad for. I don't have the money to do it. I'm trapped. There we go. But that, I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. Minecraft to be do be looking different now. It really is. Again, like, you know, like you had that again, just like try to remember what that looked like over there, like back in like the 2012 era looking reference area. Look at this. Look at what Neil, some of me, some I did some. I promise I did some. And Simon and Hardy did. Like, look at the detail now. Instead of just like blank cobblestone, you now have like just different blocks. Just, and mind you, we had these blocks like stone bricks and cobblestone. We had these back when I was playing, but for some reason, none of us really thought about texturing walls like this where you can utilize different blocks of the same color palette, or like, you know, color palettes that at least complement each other rather. But that's kind of what we've been doing, is just like, you know, using complementary, like some of them have not been updated, which I'll probably actually go ahead and do right now, to be honest. But just making some, you know, more modern adjustments while keeping the overall feel. So I'm going to do this really quick. They did not blend like that. Okay, so that might... Okay, to be fair... Okay, I'm going to get to what Neil said in just a second, because that is actually fact, and also what we did. But yeah, you're right, Callie, because yeah, the old cobblestone did not look like that. Is this an updated texture pack? So technically yes and technically no. I am using... Let me actually turn off my texture pack really quick. I am using vanilla tweaks. But again, it's just vanilla tweaks, so it's like minor differences. Like, for instance, the chat now looks actually like Minecraft chat. It's all blocky. But like, again, look at that. Again, the wool looks more wool. I think I have a option for smooth wool where it just looks a little softer. But again, like... Oh, wait. What bloody biome are we in? Oh, we're in the desert. I just realized we're in the desert. Okay. I had actually no idea that the leaves looked like that. Fascinating. Oh, that looks dead. Yeah, Neil, we need to move this thing out of the desert. No, but like, Callie, you're absolutely right. Because back in, oh, when was it? 2016? Oh, be quiet, you. 2016, they updated blocks. Like blocks that have been out of date for a while. Like, where is it? Netherrack. Netherrack did not look like this. Netherrack was freaking ugly. It was genuinely... Wait. I was 26 years old. I just doxed myself. I don't care. I was my age today when I just learned that Netherrack and cobblestone are the same block pattern, more or less, just different colors. Okay, moving on before I make myself look even more dumb. Replace cobblestone with cobblestone, stone, andesite, stone bricks. There we go. Yay! But yeah, So cobblestone did used to look a lot worse, and thus it was a lot less usable in terms of building. But getting to what Neil said, can texture an obby box. So this server, rather the server that we're basing this off of, 0tx.org was the name of it. And it was a there we go. It was a faction server, so mind you, an old faction server in the sense that not like these modern day ones where it's all pay to win. I mean, it was mildly pay to win. Actually, it was decently pay to win. But you didn't have payouts. You didn't have the long, like, people nowadays on faction servers, what they do is they make these humongous, genuinely almost unraidable bases or vaults, whatever you want to, like, whatever language you want to use for them, and they will just sit in there AFK. So they're just letting their computer run and just making money, so that then, like, at the end of the month or end of the week, I don't know how these servers actually do their payouts, but they actually get PayPal or that server credit to then spend to continuously continue grinding to make more money. It's just stupid, at least in my opinion. I'm also old, I get it, but I just don't find that appealing or fun, okay? I'm sorry. Whereas the server that Neil and I met on 12 years ago when we were both literal children, look at them just flying over there. Look, yep, there he is. Yeah, you can't hide from me, boy. I see you. When we met, this server was, I think Neil can correct me, but I think it was the first faction server ever. If not, it was like one of the first. And what we did, our bases, I'll go over here and show you really quick. It was actually a thing of beauty. You are a wonderful human being who is educated immensely. That's what you are. So let me do this really quick. Probably an easier way of doing these commands, but I don't really care. There we go. And then last but not least, this, and then this. Okay. Let me get a bucket. An actual bucket made. Don't mind the water ASMR. It will all be over in just a second. I present... That's actually accurate too. Thanks, Neil. Well, kind of accurate. You also need the iron bars, mate. You forgot the iron bars. You forgot. I'm sad. You ruined it. This is accurate though too, because, well, this is... You anger me. What? He's gonna replace with iron bar. Unfortunately, can't read the game that well. That's fine, because literally all you missed was a very... I guess actually I'll torture y'all just really quick with what you guys missed. Isn't that lovely? Do you feel that water? Anyways, this minus the iron bars, minus lava, minus cobblestone, minus sand, my music, was very much what we built. And then on the inside, no, game sound, not torture. Okay, well, Merry Christmas then. You have been blessed. The inside would just be like chests, you know. Actually, let me go on inside. You would... There we go. Okay, buddy. There we go. Fastest Minecraft base ever made. Because back in my day too, you actually had to leave the crack because the chests could not be side by side. You couldn't do this. You actually had to leave the space because Minecraft was a lot worse back then. And then what you would do, let me get some... Where is it? Here you are. Oh, this is actually going to bring back so many amazing memories. Let me make some lights in here. I'm going to use the lights that we had back in the day just to make it even more pretty. Ah, I love it. Glowstone. The only light source we had other than torches. Ah, yes. Ah, this is immaculate. I love it. This is actually bringing back so many amazing memories. Okay. And then let me just do one of these because I'm too lazy apparently. Copy, copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay. I have an ASMR channel with a few Minecraft dedicated videos, and the Frogger video has most views. Go figure. Torches and glowstone. Oh, the memories. Yes, indeed. Okay, let me do this. Ah, yes. The memories. I present every 0TX player's base. This is it. This is what we lived in. Mind you, we would have more chests on either side. What are you doing? Should I be nervous about what you're doing? I feel like I should be nervous. But yeah, this is more or less it. Again, you would typically have let me see, what was that? 2 free? Yeah, so you would do like, another row here, here, and then to here. Perfect. And then yeah, this is a base. This is a Minecraft base that we all had. Did I actually not make this centered? I did not. I am upset. I guess to be fair, I did free-handed. But point of the matter is, how are you supposed to make this look pretty? And mind you, the reason why we also didn't make it look pretty is because, oh, I guess I shouldn't have been worried about what he's doing. He's doing nothing. Okay. The reason why you typically to make your bases pretty, I'm just going to leave that there forever now, is because the I turned my music down a little bit. Sorry, I turned it up before I turned it down. My bad. Is raiding was a very common thing on 0TX. Add atmospheric fog. You definitely could. And mind you, my Minecraft typically does not look like this. My Minecraft typically looks like this. The issue is I don't want my computer to absolutely hate me between streaming and doing this. Like, and playing the game itself. But I typically have shaders on, so you have, okay, I just gave everyone a flashbang. My leaves are typically, nice and flowing. Lights typically glow. Actually, let me see what the inside of that actually looks like now with that. Yeah, this actually looks a lot better. You have the ambient glow of the glowstone, both up and down. The water is less blue. It's more clear. It definitely looks nicer. But yeah, that's typically what my Minecraft looks like. So I love how I'm procrastinating from making a roof. Speaking of procrastinating, so for anyone who was not in the stream earlier, this is the original 0TX, which is the server that this spawn is based on, where Neil and I met oh so long ago. This is the original cathedral. So let me come on in and show you. You have this nice little tribute right here. This is the original 0tx.org cathedral as it was. RIP 0tx 2012 to 2023. And if you go right back here, you can see 2 little Easter eggs, which are very nice. That is the Minecraft head of the 0TX owner, Kalsuk. And that is the admin / co-owner, Crafty4. Like a party without cops. What's a good game or CG build if PC doesn't overheat? No, you're definitely right. The issue is, so I'm using my phone as I have my stream pulled up twice. One in YouTube Studio, so I can actually see the chat on my other monitor, and I can see the live stream there, just like in a small window, and it's definitely stuttering. And then I also have it up on my phone, Um, where I can see the chat, or not the chat, but like the video itself. But I'm using cell network, not my actual home network, and I can definitely see it stutters. I don't know if that is my OBS settings. I know Minecraft is very CPU intensive. I don't know if it's my settings in OBS. I don't know if it's my settings in Minecraft. I don't know if it's the fact my network is just trash. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to figure it out, because I definitely want to continue streaming on this server, both as we continue to build. Um, yeah, honestly, sure, Neil. It definitely is a cult. Not really a cult. I don't, maybe. Um, Neil and I were both very nostalgic of the past. We both have amazing memories of Zero TX. Um, you know, it definitely was like, anytime I think about Minecraft, I think about Zero TX. I think about the good and the bad times. Um, okay, stream seems smooth. Mind you, I was also standing still for a long time, so let me move around a little bit. Do some zooms here and there, like I'm actually playing it, and then you can let me know. It looks like I'm getting 1080. Okay, that's good. That's what I'm putting out. I'm putting out 1080p, so that's what it should be. I just don't know. It might just be, maybe my phone compression rate. I don't know. I also don't really watch live streams, so maybe I'm just not used to how my live streams actually, like how live streams on my phone actually look. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my phone compression rate's good. I know I have an old phone, so that might be the case. Anyways, I'm finally done actually putting this off. I'm going to attempt the roof, and then inevitably Simon will come on in whenever he gets on. Probably either, I think he said he's going to be busy tonight, so he won't be on tonight. But whenever he is on, he will probably fix it, because knowing me. Yeah, exactly. You are getting some occasional lag. Again, I don't know if that's, I'm going to turn back off shaders just so hopefully that mitigates it some. I don't know if it's, again, Minecraft, OBS, my internet. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's YouTube. There are too many factors. I'm going to rewatch the VOD. Video stops for a sec, but your voice keeps going. Okay. Then I don't think it's YouTube. I definitely think it's either my internet. Even then, I don't think it's my internet. If the stream itself is not actually stopping, like my audio continues to pop through. If the internet, okay, yeah, so I don't think it's the internet. I think it's either my OBS settings or Minecraft itself, because again, it is CPU intensive. I don't know. I don't know which it is. But I'm sure it's one of those things where I can hopefully figure it out, because I genuinely, yeah, I definitely can't. Like, actually, let me look at my OBS right now. Yeah, like my OBS is spitting out. Actually, I'll send you a screenshot of this, Callie, over Discord, because I think you'll get a kick out of this. Because you actually stream and probably understand what the hell this actually means. Where are you in Discord? There you are. It shows you're offline, but I'm sure you'll still see this eventually. So that is from my OBS. And I can only presume that the dropped frames right there is not particularly good, as well as my network connectivity being 5600 kilobits per second, I presume is also not exactly phenomenal. I gotta head out. See you all next stream, hopefully. Absolutely, Corn. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you stopping in. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have an official schedule yet. Probably just whenever I get on, I'll stream. So probably inconsistent until I actually pick up. But thank you so much. Yeah, that's not good, is it, Callie? That's not good. I mean, based on that, obviously that's not showing you my settings in OBS. Actually, I can show you my settings in OBS, because I did take a screenshot of it. Because I was asking my AI assistant just out of curiosity. I'm like, is this good? And it said it was good. Like, it said that my settings were right. Let me throw this to you really quick. So those are my OBS settings for streaming Minecraft specifically. Not just streaming, but specifically Minecraft, because again, I do know it's more resource intensive, because of course it would be. Oh, Neil came back. Greetings. Okay, let me see. How does he do? Okay, so he just does like that. I'm not going to try copy it exactly, but I do want to use him as a reference. Is Homeboy lagging? No, I'm lagging. He's not. What the hell's wrong with him? Okay, start with lowering that bitrate a bit high. Okay, let me actually see if I can edit that mid-stream. I don't know. I'm going to presume no, but I'm going to try. Oh, actually, yes, I can. What would you recommend? Because I can edit it. Maybe also the multipass. Also, maybe also the multipass to 1. I don't think you can. I can. I mean, at least it's giving me the option. The encoder is like grayed out, meaning I probably can't. Let me try like lowering it to 6500. I don't know if that's too far. 6500 for the bitrate. Let me try that though. And then what'd you say? Multi-pass? Oh, there. Single pass. Okay. I hit apply. I don't know if that will take effect immediately. Let me go back over to my settings. Output. It did capture both of those changes. Again, I can't actually change the encoder, which is fine. But, oh, wait. This is already looking better. Nope, it's already looking worse again. 5,000. Okay, let me try that then. Settings, output. This is why having friends who are intelligent in different fields is very crucial. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Let me send you a new screenshot. At the very least, the thing is green now, which I presume is a plus. So let's maybe try running that, and if nothing else, maybe later on it will change. Oh, my phone's almost dead. Let me plug it in. Thank you, by the way, Callie. Yeah, I have genuinely no idea what I'm doing when it comes to stuff like this. I might be an audio video design engineer or system designer, however you want to phrase it, but I don't have a darn clue as to what I'm doing in terms of like stream quality and stuff. You know, as I've told my brother-in-law several times, I might be a nerd, but that's a flavor of nerd I'm just not. I'm not that kind of person. At least half slabs, they are. Okay. Again, I love how I'm like, I'm not going to copy what Simon did. I'm not going to copy what Simon. I'm actively copying what Simon did. Nope, not going to do that. Okay, so Neil, I don't know if you can hear me if you're watching the stream. You should be watching the stream if you're not watching the stream. I don't know what you're doing with yourself, but if you are watching the stream, then I would definitely recommend getting, what do I use again for shaders? Shader packs. Yeah, complimentary Unbound. If you're using CurseForge, which I am, just go to like, I think I'm running Fabric currently for my launcher. And then I don't actually hate this so far. That's not awful. And then yeah, just like download complimentary Unbound. There's another complimentary. I prefer Unbound. I have friends who prefer the other one. I don't know what's even called. It's like Unbound, which is one I like, and then it's like Reimagined, I think. I think Reimagined's actually like the most popular on like per downloads. But I think the water in the other one looks absolutely atrocious, and Minecraft is a lot of water, so that's just where I am with it. I just have the experience with playing with the settings over and over and over and over and over again until I got, yeah, no, exactly. And like that, I definitely don't have that experience. So utilizing, you know, someone else, again, like that's most of life. I feel like most of life is, you know, learning from other people's either mistakes or experiences, you know, because why, I don't understand people that are like, I want to make my own mistakes, you know, like, I don't want to go to an extreme example, but you know, like just I don't know. Like, oh, I wanna go out and party, like, stay out really late and, make really bad choices both personally and financially. It's like, okay, but why? Like, from other people's experience in life that that that's not a good life choice. So why would you purposefully go out and do that? Same thing like with like even just like stuff like this. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but you do. So I would gladly ask your help if you're willing to give it, which seems like you are. So thank you. I used to live stream and record videos quite a bit. Really, 2010s. I thought you still did. I thought you still like streamed and stuff. 'Cause I popped in on a few of yours in the past, like recently. I'm so sorry. Sorry for what? You did nothing wrong. You're doing great. You're wonderful. Neil's being weird. He's just standing there menacingly. He's just standing there menacingly. Also, I will say, I'm watching the stream now. It is looking so much better. Thank you. Like, it actually is not stuttering nearly as much. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It looks great. Actually, because it looks good. I have the sun again. Oh, your stream buffered for a bit. Oh, of course it would. I love how I just gave it all the praise, being like, "Oh my gosh, it's looking so good. It's actually running like a stream should run." And then as soon as I would speak, of course it would, just be like, "Oh, wait, nope, nope. It was good for just too long. It was just too good for too long." That makes sense. Why do I not hate this? I don't know if I like, let me see. Is there like another dark that I can use besides the wood? I guess deep slate. Have we used deep slate anywhere else? Use deep slate here, like deep slate tile. Deep slate here. I think that's it. I'm gonna try that though. At least see what it looks like. Let me see. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah. Actually, yeah. I think the settings may have been taking effect. Sure. Yeah, it definitely, like on my phone, because I have my phone like right in front of me, and honestly, the lag is not even that bad. I do have it to where like there's a decent amount of lag between I think what's the word I'm thinking about? Like when things happen, latency, that's the one. Like where it's like purposeful. Um, just so it's not completely tanking my internet trying to push live content out. But it looks good on my phone. Not nearly as stuttery. Like as I move my mouse, like I'm going to just do a test really quick. Where's Neil? So I can zoom in on him. There he is. That's a leaf. Wait, where actually is he? Bro, where are you? Neil. Oh, there you are. I want to do some zooms on Neil and see how badly the stream compression handles that. I occasionally stream on Twitch now, but back in the day, I was very active recording and streaming. It was much more reproduction. Okay. You should definitely try getting back in. I mean, if you enjoyed it, you definitely should, get back into it. I do enjoy. I don't really chat often. Oh, there you are. Yeah, let me just get some close-ups. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Let me get your good side. Yep. Love it. Great. Phenomenal. All right, let me see how the stream does. Looks like the stream is, yeah, stream's handling it nicely. Okay, yeah, stream's actually handling it, at least on my phone. Hopefully that's correlating to everyone else, but it definitely is looking good on my phone. So I will take that as a massive win. Wasn't just gaming, did skits and mini newscasts. Really? Okay. Podcasts and just general. Okay. No, I know the feeling. Like that's honestly why, because I have friends who are like, why don't you like record or why don't you stream? We enjoy watching you, and I'm like, that's great. I love that. I would love that for you, and I definitely appreciate all your support. It's amazing. I love it. Thank you. However, I have a job which is mentally taxing. It's not a bad job, don't get me wrong. I actually really, really love my job. I recently got a new one and I am thoroughly enjoying life. The team is incredible. Everything is just like my life could genuinely, I don't think, not be better right now. Like it's going great. So I'm not complaining, but it is a mentally taxing job. It's a mind like I work from, I work from the office. I work on a computer, so it's mentally taxing. Thus, it's mentally draining. So at 5 o'clock, whenever I get off of work, kind of genuinely the last thing I want to do. I don't really want to like do anything. I got on here today because I actually did want to. Okay, how did I mess this up? Oh, okay, I got it. Whoa, did you build this up? If it looks good, Neil, probably not. Where the hell are we? This is the old 0TX well. I'm terribly sorry. What? Let me actually second. Okay. I also want Mojang to explain why the default brightness is 0. Oh my gosh, wait. Uh should I be scared? Okay, first of all, this looks incredible. I had no idea this was here. How do you get in? Oh, this is like underneath. Okay, wait, huh? How do you... Okay, so you have this, which looks like it has like corridors potentially. Oh, 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 this taps into this lake. Okay, so that's where you enter. This goes... This is just a dead end. This is just a dead end. That's just a dead end. Imagine not having free cam, Neil. Having to set yourself in spectator mode. Actually, could not imagine. That's definitely not me. Oh, wait. Where's this? I'm sorry. This is coming out of the well or the fountain. How the hell do you enter the actual... Can you get in here? Is this accessible? At least currently, is it accessible? I'm not seeing where this is currently accessible. It's obviously still in the works, but this is new and I'm kind of here for it. I actually am kind of obsessed with it. I don't know why. I love it. Anyways, now that tangent's over. Oh, right, we don't have any plugins yet. I can't do /back. Wait, there's more. Did this just get like... This is fine. Oh my gosh, where am I? I'm sorry for not commentating. I'm more just trying to like figure things out. It's like whenever you have like you buy a home, you live there for like 15, 20 years, and then things just kind of like you find like the secret like passageway underneath your staircase. This is what I feel like right now. Like I'm finding out that I have like a secret basement that I did not know existed, and I'm kind of loving it. I'm also kind of afraid. How the hell do I get out of here again? Oh, right over here. And this is just here for the sake of being here. Okay, moving on. I'm going to go back to trying to build a roof. You just discovered you have a wardrobe. Genuinely, I'm like, okay, this actually makes sense. Like this being here actually makes sense to me because this is based on the spawn, and we found again, this is a direct like rip from the spawn over there, where it's like 0TX over where like over there in the distance. And we have found a nuclear loaded chest underground, like just this, for instance. I found some other areas just randomly, like it was obvious that there was some, I don't know, backdoor dealings that the server staff probably did, or it was something to do with the plugins at the time. I don't know. Either way, like that's normal. Like finding this is normal for us. Finding a giant skull cult room with some thing, I don't even know what it is. Lord forbid it's like another world teleporter. I don't know. Anyways, back to making. I thought that sign was a person. I don't know why, but I'm actually kind of getting goosebumps right now. I'm like, every time I turn now, I get kind of concerned. So is that actually the only entrance? Wait, because these are barrier blocks. So you're not meant to get through here. I am so confused. Okay, well, I now know that my house is haunted, and I think I'm kind of loving it. Wait, so Neil, did you also not make the water fountain? I think you and Neil had need to take a serious talk. Yeah, honestly, or need to have a serious talk. Genuinely, yeah, because I. Oh, you didn't make the fountain. Who the hell made the fountain? I'm actually going to check something really quick. Who was the last person to be online? I think it was Simon, but when did he get off? Okay, so last night. Oh, let me check last night. Last night. Okay. Yeah, so I got off. Okay, yeah, so I got offline at 11:14 p.m. Neil and Simon had some back and forth. Simon then got off at 11:54. Neil got off at 12:09 because he does not have any kind of sleep schedule. Oh, Simon and Hardy. Oh, speaking of Hardy, yo, Neil, it doesn't look like Hardy might have building permissions, so you might want to look into that. I don't know. Um, at least that's what it looked like in the chat. He just said op me. So it looks like actually Simon and Hardy got on earlier today when I was working and built a lot of stuff. Simon got on at 10:47 and he didn't get off until 2:40 p.m. Okay, yeah, so look, or maybe don't op him, but at least like just make sure he has building like permission to build here in the spawn. Okay. I'm figuring things out. That is trippy though. And again, I really actually kind of love it. It's cool. It feels like, kind of like the devil's past, it's like, like the server obviously being, like this world or this spawn that we're making being based. He's already opt all good. Okay, sweet. Like all this being based on a server that is like, over 10 years old. It kind of feels fitting in a way to have a like a corrupt underground kind of like that we have over there. Caustic. I'm actually living for that. So for context, and I think I showed this in the church, but Kausuk is the original. I'm saying original like he's no longer the owner, but I guess technically he isn't because the server is no longer up. But anyways, he was when the server was actually a thing. He was the owner of Zero TX. So again, we're not taking anything away from him. Obviously, we're just having fun and like living our best life over here. But it would still be cool to like pay tribute to him, because he, truthfully, like most of my childhood was spent on here. If you're a gamer, you'll be like, that's not depressing. If you're not a gamer, you might say that's depressing. I don't really care either way. Um, I enjoyed it. I genuinely feel like I had a wonderful childhood. It was a lot of fun. I don't want to do this. I guess like this. There we go. So just trying, Neil and I we were just like, you know what, let's recapture that childhood, that joy that we had all those years ago and just have fun. We're not making this server to be, the next big thing. It probably won't be, obviously. Just have some fun with it though, just make something that we can both be happy about and just see like where it goes. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I need to figure out how he does this. So I feel like he overlaps both the front and the back. He does. Okay. Again, I'm not mad at this roof. It definitely looks more millennial than I was originally hoping for. But I don't hate that. And whenever Simon gets on, he can have like, I've told Simon this literally about everything I've built on the server. I'm like, you know what, dude? Go crazy. Fix it. If you think you can make it look better, which I know he can just because he can, I'm like, dude, just do it. Like, he has my blessing to just completely uphaul everything I ever touch. Not because I have like low self-esteem in my abilities, but like I do understand where I do fall short in, this game. Oops, no, stop it. I was always much more of the like resource person. So like every time I used to play, I was much more the person where I would get materials, like they'd be like, hey, we need like, I don't know, like 6 or something double chests full of cobblestone for this thing that we're trying to build. Can you go out and just like gather that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. Is it time change messing with you too? I don't mind the extra hour I seem to be to get in the morning, but dang, I'm okay. No, so I'm glad you said that because I have felt that genuinely. Um, it feels weird to me because this I think is the first year where I actually am feeling that, and it's messing with my head. Like I remember last year, I think, or whenever, like we last, obviously it was last year. What am I saying? But like last daylight savings, it didn't hit me this hard. I don't know if it's me getting older. I have definitely been feeling myself over the last few years get older. I don't know if it's because I've been working more office jobs where it's more mentally draining, or if it's just life catching up to me. I don't know. Um, but I definitely have been feeling much more tired. Like even my lunchtime, because I typically do take lunch later in the day than most people, I feel. I take lunch closer to 1:30 because I prefer the latter half of my day after I come back from lunch to pretty much just I only want like a few hours of work to be left in my day whenever I get off of lunch. That way, it's like a mental game. It's like, oh, I feel like I actually have less to do because I have less time to do it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But like even my lunches, I'm like, it just feels like it's like 11. It's not even the correct time if daylight saving times didn't happen. But like I just feel like I'm already ready for lunch. And I'm like, that doesn't happen to me. I don't know what's happening. It's very interesting. I don't like it. I will admit, because I also used to live in Arizona before moving here. And Arizona, mind you, not the entire state. There are a few reservations that do observe daylight savings time, and even within those, there are those like smaller, those smaller areas within those reservations in Arizona that do not. So it's like, but by and large, Arizona does not observe daylight savings time. So for a good, I don't know, like 4-ish, 5 years of my life, I did not actually observe daylight savings time, and it did feel really good. It was annoying to work with people outside of Arizona for like for either like work or just like general communication, because for half the year you are on Pacific time zone, more or less. Like you observe the same time as those people who are in Pacific. And for the other half of the year, you observe the same time as people who are in Mountain, you know. So just dealing okay. So just dealing with that definitely was more annoying. Whereas at least here, I feel like at least I'm like everyone besides Arizona now. So it's like I went from the minority dealing with the majority to now being in the majority dealing with the minority, if that makes any sense. So I do like that, or at least I'm not struggling alone. Like I remember the other day seeing people in person. I don't really get out much because I'm just a guy who lives mostly indoors. Don't judge me. But seeing people outside, I was like, okay, so it's not just me, and it's not just you, Callie. Like there are people who are genuinely, yeah, they do get more tired. Like they have been more tired since was it like Sunday or whatever. So we're not alone, which makes me feel good. It always feels better to suffer when you're not suffering alone. I feel, at least from my personal experience. Okay, so let's just make some nice little things here and there. Here we go. Oops, nope. All right, not too bad. Yeah, Callie, just going back to what you said, I really enjoyed dig. I still do. I can genuinely put on music and dig like holes in Minecraft for ever. It really doesn't phase me. Oh, this is cool, Neil. I like that. It's like weathered. Again, I don't know how he even did that. That makes no sense. It's like a stair block underneath, but also above. Weird. Okay. All right, Callie. See you in a bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed like digging, tree cutting, just like resource gathering in general. Because again, I used to play before I got this gaming computer, like with actual like like a dedicated GPU and like all the works. Um, Now let me fix that. My first time playing anything online on the computer, at least, was on a Toshiba laptop from like 2009, I think, and it genuinely was trash. No sugarcoating it. It was just really bad. Um, and I was just playing on on a trackpad. Sorry. Um, so it was very very difficult for me to actually compete with people who were on actual computers, um, or at least had like a mouse. Um, so yeah, that definitely was a thing. So because of that, I didn't really do much PvP, like player versus player combat, which is funny given the fact that my main server, really my only server for most of my Minecraft playing, was a faction server which prioritized raiding and PvP. So funnily enough, I did not do one of the two main things on the server, and that being PvP. But what I did instead, because I was in one of the largest factions on the server, maybe not one of the best, depending on who you ask. We definitely did not have like the best PvPers by any means. And we were kind of cringe. We all were to some extent back in the day because we were all like kids primarily. Trying to see how this looks. I mean, it doesn't look awful. Okay. Definitely looks more millennial, like with the gray white look than I was hoping for. Again, homeboy, whatchamacallit, Simon, yeah, Simon can come in and fix it all. Let me see what Neil's been working on. I like this. The weathered look to it, how it has like the holes. I don't actually know how you did that, but I really like it. Let's just see. Oh, what is that? Black concrete? What actually is that? Yeah, black concrete. Cool. Looks really nice, dude. Looks really, really quite nice. Also, yeah, Neil, feel free to change anything I did with my roof because, again, it definitely needs work. It's even with the different like texturing of the stone brick stairs and slabs, it definitely still feels very not only again millennial and just like clean, but also just I don't know. It looks a little too symmetrical for me. But anyways, yeah. So I'd say we are definitely getting close to opening the server in the sense of at least the spawn. The spawn is definitely coming together very, very beautifully, I think. Minor things here and there. I think mostly the war zone. The castle is like 98% done. Anything that is left can be done on this, like on the actual world itself. I would still like to see kind of like in this area around here where it's just very open. I would like to see like merchants, like little merchant stands, like little tents. Not tents, but like, it's like the two, you have like those like fence posts and like maybe like some carpet on top, that kind of stuff, right? Like selling like peasants, selling like their merchandise, like like their vegetables and stuff. I don't know. Same thing like over here. It just feels very open, very dry. Also, Neil, I don't know if you're hearing the live stream, but the horses are gone. I don't know if that was deliberate. If it was, I don't care. I just want to let you know that is a thing. I don't know if you did it or if someone else did it, but that room will need to change. Either bring the horses back or just close it. I don't care which one it is. I was never too fond of having the horses there to begin with, even though I put them there. I just was trying to figure out what to do with that space if I'm being completely honest. Vulnerable. I had no idea what to do with it. So I was like, hey, random, building, horses. That made sense to me in the moment. I don't know why, but it did. So say la vie. But yeah, so again, we don't want to make the spawn busy for busy's sake. So I don't really see anything else to add. Obviously, we need like 1, 2. Yeah, sorry, that was me. I suffocated them trying to roll edit. Nah, dude, that's genuinely fine. Yeah, no, don't worry about it, dude. Put them back, but like if you want. But again, that was more of just I don't know what to do with this space. And again, that's kind of like with this whole castle. The castle I feel is very dope. It definitely is large. I don't hate that, but it's just a lot of space that we're not utilizing. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because again, most of this is a facade. Just here more so for aesthetics and look, like that medieval theme. Not everything needs to be utilized in the sense that there's actually like, shops or attractions or whatever the case may be. It does need to be utilized in that sense. But I would still like to, at least make it look like it's more lived in, if that makes sense. Remove 14 action player. Did you really just do clear inventory? Or wait, is that if I hit that button, does that actually send a console message? Let's see. Console. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in the console. No, did you actually clear inventory? Do we have clear inventory? No, we don't. I don't know what the hell that man did. Anyways, oh no, it's /clear. Seriously? How have I played this game for so long? Wow, it is /clear. That's interesting. Okay, the more you know. I remember back in my day when it was /CI. C for inventory, I for, or no, yeah, C for clear, and then I for inventory. Back in my day. Nah, but seriously. So again, I feel like everything is really coming together. Welcome back, Callie. Thank you so much for coming back. I feel like genuinely everything is beautifully coming together here. It's more so just figuring out, if we want to keep the castle open, like all of this or open area, or if we want to fill it again, like with merchants, like selling their, livelihood, like, like their farm stuff, etc. Same thing back here. Let me check the horses. Ah, yes, these noble stallions. I see that Neil had a suffocation issue again with one of the horses. Nicely done, Neil. Oh, that glowstone is lovely. Glowstone, 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 glowstone. Where the hell was the glowstone? Glowstone. Oh, like actually. Glowstone. What glowstone out of curiosity? I know I've used glowstone here. I don't think it's visible though. Either way. Did I just hear a horse die? Neil doing? Oh, like actually, what the hell is Neil doing? It was on the ground way back. On the ground way back. Oh, like way, way back. Okay. Oh. I'm guessing this. Gotcha. Or potentially the shrooms. Not shrooms. What are these called again? Frog lights. That makes a lot of sense. Seriously though. Again, I think the spawn is coming together very beautifully. I'm very happy with how it's come across or come to fruition fairly quickly too. I want to say, actually, let me check. I can do that. I do have the technology to actually do this. When did Neil and I first really start talking about this? Let me scroll up a little bit in our chat. Okay, so I started making the server logo, which for context, because I'm braggy, is this. I'm so proud. I am such a proud father. My internet connection has also gotten better because of the stream settings that you recommended, so thank you, Callie. Let me see what else. So really it looks like okay. Okay. It looks like October of 20 or not October of 20, but October 21st is when we actually like started genuinely thinking about this. That's when it looks like I started making the logos and stuff, the actual like artwork. And then when did we actually get on the server? Okay, here. October 22nd. So the next day, looks like I did some basic cleaning up of stuff, revise the archer. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it looks like really the 22nd. So it hasn't been that long. I'm actually very pleased with the progress we've made in that time. Oh yeah, so yeah, Callie. This is glowstone. And then these right here are the frog lights. So yeah. Yeah, frog lights make no sense to me. I don't understand it. All I know is they are very pretty. Speaking of pretty, the fact that they made the spawn eggs actually correspond to the mob is disgusting. Don't mind me. Anyways, like these are actually really gorgeous blocks. I'm very glad because I mean the only other like what you had a glowstone, sea lantern, then you had the shroom light, I think. That was recently ish added. By recently, I don't actually know how long. I just know it's newer. I guess like redstone lamps. And then the copper the copper variant of these, which I guess technically are like, yeah. So you have like this, and this. So again, out of all of these, I think that's pretty much it in terms of light source blocks. I might be missing one or two, or maybe even more. Obviously, you have like candles, but like full on blocks. Yeah, I don't know. So like if I do world, okay, I forgot that's not a thing. Don't mind me, Neil. I'm just going to quickly make a nether portal. Actually, give nether portal. Don't tell. Wait, can you actually not? You can't give portal frames anymore. That is actually so rigged. There we go. Hello. I'm in creative. That should have just instantly taken me there. Did I break the server? No. Okay. Oh, that's actually very convenient. Yeah. Okay. So here, shroom lights are like found in these crimson, or I forget what the other one is, like warped biomes. Anyways, they're in these trees. Like they're pretty, but like not pretty enough for me to use most of the time. I don't like them that much, to be honest with you. I do like this wood though. I mean, like just look. Mind you, this is with shaders. But like you can just see it like pulsates, like it actually glows. Actually, let me see if that's with or without shaders. Oh no, it definitely, yeah, it still pulsates. But like, see, it's a cool little thing. Mind you, you have to pretty much be looking at it. Like you have to like be intentionally looking at it to notice. But still, it's nice. Let me go back through here. Hopefully that's gonna break the time-space continuum. Nope. Okay, we're good. Sweet. Turn shaders back on. Neat. So yeah, again, I think out of all of them, I don't know. I would have to still go with the frog lights personally. Do I completely understand why they exist? No. I don't understand why frogs produce light. I don't know if it's a scientific thing. Like they act like their droppings are actually luminescent. I don't know. Either way, I think they're pretty. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go check in on Neil. Oh, okay. Pop off, lad. Very nice. I think it's actually our first purple house. So we have white, light gray. Hi, dude. White, light gray, yellow. Yeah, I don't know about purple. Try red or blue. Yeah, so we have white as shown here. We have yellow as shown here. We have orange, or just known as orange. Where the hell is the orange house again? Oh, it's like over here. Yeah. You have orange, you have lime green, and that's it. Like those are our only colorations of houses. Let me go see what Neil's up to. I don't hate the blue. Tropical frogs that poop misses. I don't know. Callie, I don't know the science behind frog lights, man. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. All I know is that it's pretty. It's just like it's like most things in life. I don't understand it, but I just know I like it. Like kind of like fried chicken. I don't know fully how it's made, but man, it tastes good. Wait, Neil, I think you're doing that wrong. You're doing that right or wrong? Una momento, por favor. Nope, you're doing that right. Please continue, sir. My bad. I'm stupid. Yeah, that's Purdy. That's Purdy right there. He just now heard me saying he did it wrong, and now he's going to judge me because the time is lagging. He has had the same skin since 2012. He has always looked like this. I've actually never asked him what this is. I can't tell if it's like supposed to be like a religious warrior or if it's Assassin's Creed. I actually don't know what he's supposed to be. All I know is ever since I've known him, he's looked like this. Whereas I've had fully different accounts, I've had fully different names. It's not an identity crisis. I'm never able to settle. Assassin's Creed 3. Yeah, I'm not educated. I'm actually proud though I was able to pinpoint that. So like I'm a man of aesthetics, which is why like if there's cosmetics in a video game, I will more than often be very interested in purchasing them. I'm not really even about like game breaking stuff like stuff that you can purchase. I'm like if I can look different, whether that's like, you know, weapon skin in like a first person shooter or a, I don't know, like a special colored name in Minecraft servers, that's what gets me. So because of that, like, you know, I'm always changing the way I look in video games. Whereas Neil is he's a man of tradition. He's a man of constants. And I appreciate that about him. He's a good lad. He's a good guy. Known him for most of my life, on and off, but he's a good lad. A little crazy, a little insane, but aren't we all? Anyways, so yeah, skins. I don't know why, but like they really do get me. Like I would show y'all the skins I have on the other server, but I would actually need to completely reload. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try to be special about this. No worries, Callie. I'm actually not going to do that. I was going to show you guys the skins I have on our other server, the server called Colony Craft. Neil had some really cool cosmetic items on there, and I was living for it to the point where I actually almost donated, and then I realized, like, wait, I don't need to donate. I'm a manager, and also I don't really spend money on games anymore. I love to, but it's expensive. Not only expensive, but like just the economy, dude. I need to be saving all my pennies. But like literally, I was looking at the cosmetics that Neil offered before I remembered. I'm like, wait a second, don't I have access to like all of this? And I was like, I almost forked over money because it just looks so cool. I'm a man who is obsessed with cosmetics. Speaking of obsessed, this looks really good, Neil. You're doing good. I'm just flying around trying to think about what the hell I want to do. I'm like really I'm trying to figure out, like, I am genuinely thinking about this because I want it to look full but not needlessly busy. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to start working on the Warzone. I know I said I was going to do it earlier and then I gave up, but I'm actually going to like genuinely attempt to do something here. How I guess I didn't give up. I guess I did that. That is my work. That is what I have done, and I'm very proud of it. I'm actually not. Let's think. I could do continue the water, I guess, if nothing else. So let me actually do that. So how do I want to do this? That's not conducive to a good lifestyle. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oops, wrong one. Then this will eventually lead out to the other side, Lord willing. Lord willing. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is fine. I'll work around it. I have an idea. Okay. Let me think here about a little something. Okay. So place that there. Give me that. Give me this. Water bottle. I mean bucket, sorry. The dumb vine or whatever. It's like water bottle. Get my water bottle. I mean, that's like it lives in my head rent free practically. Sure, all this is nice and clean. Looks good. Okay. Allow me. Would you allow me? Slash wand. There we go. Let's do a little bit of that. I want to do this. Do I that where didn't mean to throw that out. There we go. Do I want to make that go make it cobblestone? Set cobblestone and actually mossy cobblestone. See what that looks like. Not bad. I like it. I'm actually going to do something a little bit different though. Set. Let me just do that again, but then actually add mossy stone bricks. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So let me do this really quick. There we go. And then lastly over here. Sweet. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Okay. Just because I'm thinking like, oh, wait. You would do all that one more time. I have another idea. Cracked stone bricks. Yeah, I like that. Just trying to think, like it's underwater, it's weathered. Like the stones over time will like age and crack and grow like moss on them. Same thing actually for up here as well, I'm thinking. I make like this all like nice and aged and weathered. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, obviously no one really should be coming down here. I am going to replace these though, just because I don't want that looking like that particularly. Okay, buddy. There you go. Let me go back on the other side really quick. Welcome back, Kelly. No idea why I went into my falsetto there, but welcome back genuinely. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to work out the Warzone stuff right now. Trying to be active, like, and actually coming up with something. The issue is connecting this to where I'm thinking I want it to be connected to, which is both weird and interesting. So the thought is I'm making the waterway. I have an idea. I'm going to do that in a second though. So the waterway originates technically over here. You have like this little pond stream thingy, which again now apparently goes into the Temple of Doom underground, which we're just going to accept and think it's very nice and cute. So the pond originates over here, goes through these drains, which goes through the outer wall, through like the mossy cobblestone, cracked stone brick, goes through this little creek stream thingy under this very adorable bridge made by yours truly. Very cute. I even have buttons. Anyways, goes underneath the platform, which this is like the safe zone platform. Very nice, very safe. And then spits out the other side. And now I'm thinking about continuing it. I'll make a bridge right here that will be probably like here. So it's not that difficult. Like you don't even need the ladder actually. You can just actually, let me see if I did. I could do that. Because I don't want it to be like too easy. I mean, that's already very easy. You would almost have to like completely like not run and jump. Yeah, you would have to like not run. Then you would have to use the ladder if you're not sprinting. Anyways, so I'll have like a bridge here going over the stream. And then the stream would kind of continue looping around. And then go here, which I don't know if I like. The reason being is because right behind this wall is this water source right here from our water mill. So the water mill comes from this magical block of nothingness, which just is meant to be magic, I guess. I built it, and even I think it's weird. Goes goes down here into another bucket of awesomeness, which has no actual transportational means to end up here. But again, it's magic. Let's just admit that this is from Harry Potter, okay? Let's just all admit that this is magic. Then it goes down here, pushing the wheel even more. Like, so it's pushing the wheel this way, but then the water then the string. I don't know how water systems work is what I'm kind of trying to say. Point of the matter though is it goes down here and I'm thinking it's going to like drop kind of like it does on the other side and like it makes a loop. I don't know how that will look. I'd almost think oh, excuse me. I would almost think it would make more sense for the water to actually come out here and then go that way. So it kind of does like a serpentine effect where it's like, okay, we're going out through, and then like it's kind of like making like a nice little S instead of making more of like a horseshoe shape where it just kind of curves. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a water stream, which is going to be very easy both to make and then if I don't like it, patch. I'm just trying to think if I even want to attempt it. And honestly, I feel like I do. So I'm going to. I think I'm going to start over here though. I like these towers that Neil made. Oh wait, no. Neil didn't make these, I don't think. Wait, did he? Neil, did you make this? If you did, how the hell do you get in? I don't think you get in. I think you're meant to get in. Either way, looks cool. See, let me really quickly. How do I want to do this? Question of the day. Nope, copy and pasted them. Oh, where the hell from? Okay, I'm gonna do like this, and then that's going to cause a natural water flow, which then, Lord willing, so I'm in the center right now. That's not in the middle. Okay, okay. Other thought. I just do this one. Yeah, because at least that's going to be underneath this central piece. It's either that or I do this one. I need to do one of the two, and I'm almost feeling I do this one instead. I'm going to do this one instead. So let me get over here. Then the water will just flow down like that. There we go. And then that is pretty much it. Yeah. Make like a nice little copper gray here. Bloody hell. There we go. Yeah. I don't like the fact that it goes from 3 to 1, and then the 1's not even the center. Oh, beggars can't be choosers. Why is that open? Oh, yeah. Again, wait. This looks more like Enderman damage, like Enderman griefing. Interesting. But again, just random stuff like this that we just. Oh, I vaguely do remember this. Again, just random stuff like that that we find from when the server used to actually, you know, just random stuff where, you know, again, it's like a band-aid over a band-aid over a band-aid. Things just were not repaired correctly, and then when they were repaired, it just didn't make any bloody sense. So I'm going to actually cover all... no, I can live with it. I was going to say I was going to cover all that water, but no, I'm not going to. Let me do some of this here. Aha. Beautiful. There's probably a lot easier ways of making a Minecraft stream, but I am not educated enough to do them. I'm actually going to make it flow upward, I think, here. Or rather, downward. Yeah, downward. I might have actually regretted that because I don't think this actually stays at this level. I think it's about to go down to 1 block. Yep, right there. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm rethinking. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go down. Beautiful. Such a lovely professional Minecraft stream, both in the YouTube sense and also here. Oh, that looks absolutely atrocious and very straight. Okay, time to fix it. Da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. Level some of that out a little bit so it's not nearly as like, I don't know, straight, I guess. Here we go. Do the same thing over here a little bit. Actually, let's get rid of that one completely. It's perfection. Well, thank you. Thank you most graciously, madam. Thank you. Do that, this. Sorry, beat drop. I had to do it. I'm just thinking. I'm not trying to not talk. I'm just trying to think. Okay, I think before I do anything, I'm going to do this. There we go. Bow, 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 da, 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 da. Okay, and then go over here. Yeah. Replace sandstone, dirt. Try and get rid of all that sandstone without having to manually do it. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better. I don't completely hate that. Okay, and again, it's going to be like a horseshoe effect, which I don't think I really enjoy, but at the same time, I don't hate. A weird love-hate relationship I have with this idea. All right, time for more. Let me turn off my music and make all of us agonizing pain. Minecraft ASMR. Woohoo! Water buckets. Buckets of water. All the buckets. Buckets and buckets and buckets of water. I just realized this is not actually going to be good. Like, this is going to be a very unlevel stream. Oh, bloody hell. There we go. Sure. Ashley, Mossy. There we go. Okay. Where's that now level? It's like right here. Like somewhere in here potentially. Yeah. Okay, that was not level. That's all looking good. This is on level. I need to get rid of this and just do this. There we go. Trying to see where the divots kind of are. I'm going to turn off this just for really quick. I'll start back on my music and turn Minecraft back down. There we go. Oh, I missed a lot. Oh, I missed a lot. Oh, I missed a lot. Greetings. Okay. New plan. Diamond. Going to cover up this. Ooh, calling out Mayday. Wait, is this still? Oh, nope. This is no longer. I've been streaming for so long that I am no longer playing no copyright sounds. I'm like, wait, that's Fat Rat. And sure enough, it was Fat Rat. Whoopsie. Luckily, I am so small. Copyright is not really an issue in the sense that I'm not too worried about it, especially since I'm not trying to make money on this. So don't really care. And I think I played like all of a minute of Fat Rat. So Say Lovey. Good song though. Really good song. Calling out Mayday. Okay. How the hell I miss water in here? Where? It's like here? Here? Is that it? Ah, funky. Okay, make sure that this aisle all looks good and level. Looks like it. Okay. Replace near, I don't know, 50. I don't think we, just to be sure. I don't think we have diamond blocks anywhere else though. Diamond block, air. One more time. There we go. Shaders enabled. Yes. Sweet. Ah, Purdy again. Then do some of these coppers. Looks good. Okay, so realistically speaking, most of these areas you should be able to jump across if you are competent. So it's not like a, oh my gosh, there's like a massive stream blocking the war zone. Because I do want it to be like, my whole thought process is I want the war zone to be large and like chaotic, but not so large and chaotic to where it actually discourages like PvP. You know, I don't know. It's a healthy balance I'm going to try to have a strive for. Ultimately, we currently have like, I think what our Discord community has, mind you, Discord community being the like entire, because again, this is Colony Craft plus MCEmpire, two different Minecraft servers. The community was founded primarily / only on Colony Craft. But our combined Discord server has a member count of 80. But that doesn't mean the server, like the Minecraft server, saw 80 people concurrent, you know. But my hope is between me streaming, between Neil doing word of mouth, you know, maybe getting some players in here that way, and just overall, you know, like some like, I don't know, voting websites, forums, etc., you know, getting the word out. Again, I don't think, at least I know for a fact, I'm not looking to grow this into like a massive, oh my gosh, like huge server. It'd be nice to have like somewhat of a thriving community, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. It would just be nice if like, you know, just like even a few people. So again, trying not to make the war zone too large and intimidating, so you know you could realistically have like 5 people, you know, like trying to do some PvP on here. Let's just do this. Da, 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 da. Hear us. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you can still easily make that. Okay, cool. Da, 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 da. Out of curiosity, did I did not. Wait, did I? I did. That is a stair. Okay, so I did like a under part of a stair. Neat. And then let's do that. There we go. Cool. And honestly, I'm almost feeling like we just be a little annoying, like cut the bridge out a little bit. That way it's like, oh no, I have fallen and I can't get up. Oh no. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a tree in the air. That makes more sense. Okay. How do I do the other side again? So fence to fence to okay, sweet. Da 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 da, don't my fancy. Da da need innocence. Discontent. Yeah. I don't know. I think the server is going to be fun, even if it doesn't get big, which again, not planning on it to. But you know, regardless, it'll still be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a good time. I hope Neil does as well, and the rest of the current, you know, community we have built. And hopefully, if we get more players, hopefully they also enjoy it. You know. Only time will tell on all of that. So we shall see. Yeah. So again, if you're sprint jumping, that's plenty. What about if you're not sprint jumping? Oh, you're not making that in a million years. Good heavens. Wow, I can't even jump. Apparently, I'm not used to. Yeah, no, you're not making that at all. I'm actually gonna move this over one because of that. I do want. Nah, I'm not going to. People can learn the hard way. You can make it there. You can make it here, and you can make it here. Yeah, if you fall, that's kind of on you. You should be sprinting. Is it open yet? No. So Neil, correct me in the chat. I'm wrong. I think all we really have left is finishing the last few details on the spawn and Warzone. Whatever that actually looks like and entails, I don't actually know, to be completely honest. I feel like we're mostly 99% done. Um, and whatever is not done, we can always like fix later, like while the server is online. We have plugins that we still need to do. I don't think we really even have any right now. Yeah, we literally have 3 plugins. And 2 of them are not actually like used for the actual server. Like Discord SRV is just so we can type in Discord and see it in Minecraft, and then tab is just making it look pretty on the tab. So yeah, I say with the Warzone, the spawn, we need plugins. We also need to formalize the permissions of those plugins, which is where me and Lord Willing Neil, because knowing me, I have not configured Luck Perms, the permissions plugin. Oh, I think I haven't done Luck Perms actually in like about 4 or 5 years. No, 5 or 6 actually. It's been a long time since I've done that, so hopefully Neil can chime in wherever I'm like just not remembering. I'd say we're within a month, definitely, of going public with the server. Again, Neil, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong or if I'm missing something, but I feel like that is accurate. I feel like within a month we should have at least everything more or less squared away, and we can actually open. And then whatever is not right during launch, you know, we can fix it. So I'm not too worried about most of it. Yeah. Yeah, and also again moving this spawn to an actual Minecraft world and not just like a super flat. Yeah, school's going to be his biggest restriction. So Neil is an absolute unit. He is pursuing a higher education and being just a good guy. So he is going to be busy doing that. I am obviously busy with my 8 to 5 and also not trying to live on Minecraft. I do have other hobbies I like to do. Honestly, it's funny. The whole reason Neil and I actually decided to start this was because we wanted something easier to do. To be fair, I'm actually going to, so give me a second. The stream will probably just go blank now for a couple seconds. But give me just a second. I'm going to really quickly showcase why it's easier, like why we decided to do this, because the other option we had was to try to revamp another server. I actually don't remember what the hell it is. I think it's 1.8.1. I'm gonna try that. Actually, no, 1.21.8, my bad. 1.21.8, I think, is the Minecraft version of the other server. I genuinely don't know though. So we have 2 options. I'm trying to say this, but I keep getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. The other option we had, so we had 2 options. One, make a new server that was more streamlined, more easy to manage. It would just kind of run itself. It would not have nearly as many high-end plugins. It wouldn't be as custom. It wouldn't be as crazy. Don't worry, I know the stream is currently black. I will eventually update it. Just give me 1 second. This is not right. Okay, give me one more second, please. I am trying very hard to make this go quicker. Um, so that was one option. Option A was to just make a new server, flat out. The other option was to try to understand whether that's by remembering or just learning, or rather relearning what the hell we did on the first server. Because truthfully, we don't actually know what happened on the other server. Okay. There we go. Let me redo OBS. Oh, actually, OBS already figured that out. Sweet. Cool. Let me launch it. So this was the other server, and it is insanely detailed. We have plugins that I don't understand. It took me several days just to understand the voting, and even then, it still doesn't fully operate correctly. So let me just spawn really quick. Apparently, spawn in all caps is not enjoyed by the server. So this is the other server. This is Colony Craft. I'm currently the only one on. And it is again a Earth SMP. It is a ecological, like, I forget what did he actually call it again? Geopolitical. Yeah, it's a geopolitical Minecraft server, which is really cool in concept. I really liked it. The issue is there are so many plugins on here. It was insane trying to figure out what worked, what didn't work, what was needing to be updated, what wasn't needing to be updated. It was just all very confusing, very discombobulated. Let me go to home. This one. There we go. So let me just show you. Let me get out of here really quick first. This is Simon's base. Very cool. Very nice. Button. There we go. So this is actually based on, I believe, I think this is Singapore. But if I go to the map, you can legitimately see this is North America. Like, this is North America. This is South America. This little blob, I think, is somewhere in Africa or like the Middle East. This is the like, this is the tip of Asia. I think over here is like Japan or whatever. I don't actually know. Point of the matter is, though, like, look at how massive this map is. It is geopolitical /plugins. Don't actually even have that. That's how, again, vote. The plugin that I spent so long trying to fix just is, in my unprofessional opinion, unfixable. I don't understand it. I tried painstakingly to get it to work. And finally, I told Neil, I'm like, something is combating this plugin to actually function correctly. Because everything in all the voting plugins that we have, I think we have like 3 different voting plugins, but all of them show that they should be working beautifully. I don't even know where the hell this is coming from. Like, this error message, voting is currently not supported. Point of the matter is, we had 2 choices. One, between both of our busy schedules with his studies and with my work and just having other hobbies, wanting to just like live life and not dedicate all my free time to a Minecraft server, we had 2 options. Learn how to fix this one, or just make a new one and make it more simple. We took the more simple route. You may have had plugins. Exactly. We have so many different plugins. Most of them I don't even know what they are, and they're conflicting with one another. I do know they are conflicting. I just don't know what is conflicting with what. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I am a manager. I have management experience in Minecraft servers for several years, but only personnel. I would handle, disputes between players. I would handle, like, the staff team, moderators, administrators, etc. I managed the community as a whole. Like I felt I was like the pulse of the community. I made sure that the community was doing well. I do not have management experience in the sense of actually making the server operate. I have minimal experience because I had to, and I just learned based on YouTube videos and forums, but I don't actually understand what the hell I do. I just I knew how to keep things from breaking. Um Especially in our negative. Exactly. And see, if we, I'm going to switch back over so the stream's going to go blank again. If we were still kids, or even if I was in college, because even when I was in college, I still had ample, ample time to play video games. I don't know if that was just because of the way I prioritize stuff, or if I just got lucky and I was able to get ahead. I don't know. Point of the matter is, though, I was able to, and also I was younger, so I could actually stay up until like 1 or 2 a.m., have class at 6:30, and still be super awake. I can't do that now. Like, I have work at 8. I try getting on to work at like 7:30. That's just a personal thing, not with my company. That's just me. I try to always be early just so I can take like, a more relaxed approach throughout the rest of the day. That's just a me thing. But like, Um, sounds like, to be fair, I did and I didn't. Like, I don't get me wrong, I was a great student. I finished like with a 3.7, I think, 3.7 GPA. Funnily enough, the one class I actually almost failed was the class that I'm actually utilizing the most now in my day-to-day work, which is math. To be fair, my professor was drunk like every class period. He was fired that after that semester. So I don't feel as bad. Like I know math. Like I know math so much to the point where I made my own Excel calculator to do all of my work more or less for me instead of having to go out to Walmart and buy a scientific calculator. Like I just had like, spreadsheet after spreadsheet, for different formulas, for different equations, etc. So I know math. But yes, um, I did study. I will admit, I was more of the person where I learned how to learn quickly, and I think that that's really helped me a lot through life in general. I'm a very fast learner. I can just pick something up and just kind of roll. Um, Also, I liked what I did. I went to school for music, and I liked music, so it kind of just came not naturally, but more naturally. I didn't do like, a college major like, biology or psychology or political science where I feel like there's a lot more intensive like brain learning, whereas with music it's a lot more of an art, it's more of the creative side. So I studied, but like I studied as much as a music major would study. Long story short, yes and no. Um, so yeah, between Neil's school and my work and wanting to not dedicate all of my free time and existence to a Minecraft server, whether that's here or the other one, we both just decided, you know what? For two reasons, we're going to start this server. Reason one, it's going to be a lot easier. Once it's actually up and running, the thing will just practically run itself. We won't have to actually do anything. The plugins will be very simple. They won't be, 99% sure they won't be conflicting. And I say that because I think I know all the plugins Neil will eventually choose. Like we're going to do lands, which I understand. We're going to do essentials, which I understand. We're going to do more basic plugins. Just make the server run. And on top of that too, so that's reason one. The other reason why we wanted to start this server was nostalgia. For some reason, I have not been willing to mentally let 0TX die. I don't know if it's because it took up so much of my childhood, if I just really have been trying to find that rush in Minecraft ever since, or what, but I just really have not allowed that memory to die in my head. So when Neil came to me and was like, hey, I already have this amazing domain name, which is MCEmpire, like that is Look, like that is our domain name. It's not like, like a random string of number. Like we already have a really nice old fashioned domain. We already have, and then he also has the schematics for all the builds that we grew up with. Like again, we met when we were 12 years old. This is where we met. Like this is where I had most of my earliest memories of video gaming. Like this was fun to me. So it's both going to be easier and also it's going to bring us some nostalgia. So what more can you really ask for? When we do make time out of our day to get on here and actually enjoy the server, we will be in a modernized version of our childhood, which I think we can all relate to, that we would like that. Depends on the classes. Music theory, music history could be actually. I have a really funny story. I'm glad I minored, but I really wish I had majored. It really seems to be coming along very nicely. It's nostalgic. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so funny story. I was actually just telling my wife about this, and she already knew this, but like it's one of those things where just remembering. Right. So I went to school. So long story short about me, at least in terms of music, not my entire biography, but just me and music. I have been playing music to some extent, meaning whether that's a band or like me just jamming out in my bedroom as a kid, I've been playing music to some extent since I was 5 years old. I started getting actually invested in music when I was closer to like 9 or 10. But the way how I learned music, because my father learned music this way, my mother is not musically inclined whatsoever freaking ever. But my father is. But the way how he learned is the way how he taught me. And he learned back in like the 70s, he learned how to hear music. He never learned sheet music. He never learned how to actually read music. Music theory was completely, he didn't understand it. Not that he didn't understand it, he just didn't learn it. He learned how to listen to his cassette tapes back in the day, and he would just listen to like a snippet, like a 10-second snippet of, a guitar line, because he played electric guitar. He would just listen to that, push play on the cassette player, or push pause, sorry, on the cassette player. And then he would just fiddle around that 10-second snippet, soundbite. He would get it right or he would get it wrong. Got it right, moved on, got it wrong, rewind the cassette and replay it. That's how I learned music as well. Only with more modern technology, I used YouTube on the computer or my iPod, rather, probably. Well, both. And so again, I would just like listen to like, AC/DC or Metallica or, Coldplay. I would listen to these bands and I would listen to their music and I would just, again, like, take 10, 15-second intervals and just pluck it off on my bass guitar. Bass guitar is the main instrument I played and still play to this day. And I would just pluck it away. So when I went to college for music, imagine my amazement when I learned, oh, I need to actually learn music theory. I don't know how to read sheet music. I don't know how to do any of this. So, funnily enough, I came to college not knowing how to read sheet music. My first semester, I was completely clueless. I had no grasp on music theory, none whatsoever. My second semester, music theory 2, I was already the head of the class. I became my professor's what she called the theory brain. I was practically her teacher's assistant. In my final semester, I finally actually did become her teacher's assistant. I was the one in charge of the homework. I was the one in charge of, making sure the students actually did their stuff. I was in charge of remembering the lesson plan, like all of that. And then my final semester, I actually did have. I was a teacher's assistant. I was also a tutor. I'm like, I genuinely came to school not knowing a damn thing about music theory. And by time my second semester at college came around, I already became the practically teacher's assistant. So really cool story about me. Again, fast learner. Back in the day, we didn't have internet to down. Yeah, exactly. It was all by exactly, and that's still how I do things today. Like I've been listening to this band. Oh, who are they called again? Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. Un momento, por favor. Who is it? I just was listening to them. Like I'm kind of obsessed with them. Um. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's a really, really small band. And because they're so small, they actually don't have sheet music posted anywhere online. No one's made chord charts for them, tabs, nothing. So I've been doing that again. It's like piecing out the bass line and even the key. Come to find out, the key was it like D flat minor? It was a very weird key. Um, but again, just playing by ear. I love it. I love doing that. You didn't do choir? It's a funny story. Um, I did, but I didn't. So, okay. College, I don't really consider high school to be anything because I was homeschooled. I didn't really have anything to do. Like in that regard. But in college, at university, yes. Yes, I did do choir. Yeah, D flat. It is such a weird key. I'll try. At least I think it was D flat minor. All I know for sure is it was a weird key. I just kept on like plucking it out. I'm like, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not. Oh, I got the first two notes. I'm like, okay, and then I got the third and the fourth. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this key? And then I realized I'm like, this is a flat minor. I don't remember which. I do think it was D. I'll pluck it out again. And I'll have to let you know the next time I see you. But yeah, it is a really funky key. It sounds amazing, but it is funky. Anyways, and that's why I like it because it's funky. Um, so being a music major, choir was mandatory for me in university. The issue was I found out very quickly I can't sing for crap. I couldn't. I have a naturally lower vocal register, thus the choir director wanted me to be a bass. The issue was I can pitch match decently well. I wouldn't say fairly well. I would say decently, which is below fairly in my opinion, in the sense like it's not awful, but I can pitch match tenor 2. I can pitch match baritone, tenor 2, tenor 1, and like alto 2. Alto 2 is very falsetto for me though. But I can pitch match there decently well. Bass, I cannot to save my life. I don't know if that's because that's my naturally like vocal range or what. I just cannot. So here I am, a new freshman at university, being told that I sing so awful. She does not want me, like my choir director did not want me singing at all. And I'm like, fair, I don't want to be singing either. So finally, I ended up taking some singing lessons. I ended up with a singing coach, like a vocal coach, and things did get better. I was actually able to hold a tone. I still would never call myself a singer, but I can pitch match enough to this day where I'm like, if I hear a melody, I can at least go like, ooh. I actually don't know if that's on or off the music at all, but like I can at least kind of pitch match. I probably pitch match awfully there, but I don't really care. Point of the matter is, I still kind of can. So no, to answer your question, I did choir. Actually, I think I did choir most of my university. Like I think I did choir for like almost 3 years. So 3 out of the 4 years. Really, just COVID killed it for me. But yeah. Anyways, where the hell is Neil? Hi, Neil. Ooh. I like it. Nice little garden. Nice little path. Nice little backyard. Love it. Oh, wait, hello? Did he make that sign specifically for me because he knew I'm just that kind of person where I would be? Okay. What are these? Beetroot. There's beets in Minecraft. Game's weird. Ooh, nice looking tree. Again, I do like what Neil's doing. I hope, based on what he did over there, I'm guessing he's studying right now. Imagine being a student. Couldn't be me. Anyways, I'm guessing he's going to do something over here too. Just like, again, filling out this space, which looks amazing. Oh, wait, what did that say? Let me go back to it. Da, 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 da. So, so you go down this path right over here. You go over here, and this is what the sign says. Why are you back here? Because again, sorry, have the stream muted on that call. Lol. Um. So, yep. I think things really come together. Am I missing something? Weird. I thought I could build that differently. Whatever. Wait, is this still? Oh, this is still actually non-copyright. Sorry for not talking, by the way. I liked your suggestion so much that I'm actually just really trying to like follow through with it. Please tell AFK. I'm like actually way more locked in than I should be. I should not be concentrating this much for this stupid prank. I swear. There we go. This brings me so much joy. Actually, wait. It's the little things in life, I swear. This brings me so much joy. There we go. All right, well, that's my quota for the year. All right, I think I'm done being a manager. I think that's all I actually can do in my life is just trap the owner and call him a nerd with a nice little smiley face at the end, just to make sure that he knows that he is a good guy. All right. Anyways, now that that's sorted, I might actually just keep that cage now. Honestly, I might just keep that cage. I mean, at least like make it look a little bit more like fixed. You know, if physics were an actual thing in Minecraft, that would be a really awful thing to happen right there. Is just have that fall. You just stay right there, buddy, pal. You don't move. Does Essential still have jail? That's actually really cool. Like, this could be the real jail. Honestly, I'd be so fine keeping that be the real jail. However, to make it look more like actual like time appropriate, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Um, this is going to break, isn't it? Yep, of course it would be. Yeah, he is awake, but you know, he's also a prisoner. So him being awake does not really bother me too much. He is incarcerated and thus, you know, can be awake all he wants, doesn't really matter to me. Nope, that is not where I wanted that. There you go. Da 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 da. You know what I'm thinking actually now that I did okay. I should save that sign in MBD data MBT, sorry, data. I actually really did like the bamboo more. Like as I was doing the oak, I'm like, that doesn't really work. Does need a door with a lock so it can be reusable. Well, the thought process is actually so with a single command, if someone actually breaks the rules, we could just do slash jail their username and send them to a pre-designated point on the map, which would be here. So then they would just be permanently incarcerated here. However, I do think yeah, that's kind of our idea. Like this turn from being a bit to actually being a very real idea, which I find hilarious. There we go. Oh yes. Oh yes. The only issue oh no, actually no, that's already been fixed. I'll get rid of these and do that. There we go. Oh wait, it's missing one key factor. Nerd. I love this so much. Yeah. Let's do this really quick. Yeah. Also gonna do something else really quick. Copy paste. Really quick. Just 1 second. There we go. I don't. Wait. What do you mean? So stupid. Well, that bugs me to no end. Okay. Can I just copy this? There we go. Copied. Yes. I love it. Just me looking very disappointed at the fact that he is a nerd. And by the way, nerd is in this sense. Okay. Callie, thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, we definitely do need torches. Yeah, no, definitely get some sleep. Thank you so much for hopping in, and we will see you the next time, hopefully. You take care now. Let me see. Where would we put a torch? Neil, I don't know where to light a torch for you, but I do feel like you do need one. If nothing else, maybe just a lamp? I do hope you realize you have just doomed yourself to always having that on. For some reason, with your eyes and mouth, that's actually freaking adorable. I am actually very much happy with that outcome. I love the fact that the torch. I mean, I do this. That's not a bottom slab is the only issue. That's a little too close to your head. I did not think this through, did I? I did not. And there we go. I wish we had the mod. I actually don't wish we had it because it is a very annoying mod, especially to incorporate to integrate into like a full server like this. But it would be a what's the word I'm thinking of right now, dude? Like where you could make any block into a half slab or even a quarter slab. Like that way we could do like a half slab of like glowstone or sea lantern or something like that, or even frog light. Just make things easier. I really hope someday they do actually incorporate that where you can just like make half slabs out of most blocks, or at least light blocks, dude. Come on. It's been how many years has this game been out? Can we just simply not have a like half block light source yet? Is that just too difficult to code? I feel like I'm asking for too much, honestly. I feel like I'm just asking for something that would make everyone's lives a whole lot better. Yeah, I'm just going to leave you like that. What are you holding? No, wait, no. No, bad. I can't believe that he would do that. You actual criminal. I'm sorry, what the hell? Oh, you just tried interpearling again. Stop it. Stop trying to glitch out. Even though you're not really going to try, I think you can actually legitimately succeed. I will do a bedrock cage. It is so hard to be a good jailer nowadays. I don't hate the fact that that actually looks kind of good. All right, well, I caught a Neil. And I feel like that is really all I could ask for today. So, didn't get a whole lot of building done. I am going to wrap up the stream here. I don't know if Neil is able to hear, but I'm just going to assume that he can. But yeah, I am going to wrap it up here. So it is getting, as Callie said, it is getting late. So I think we didn't get a whole lot of building done. We got this roof. We got a little bit of the war zone. I really don't know what else there really is left of the war zone, to be completely 100% honest with you. Oh yeah, we found out we have the layer of the dead underneath our spawn, which is both freaky and also amazing. Neil did that immaculate looking roof. I feel like that's kind of it. Oh, and then Neil also. Oh, I didn't even realize that Neil did this roof. It just looks so cool. I didn't even realize it like blends in so perfectly. Um, the tree, this building over here, like all of that. He placed that one sign that made me look like an absolute fool because I read it. Overall, it's been a really good day. I feel like N- Neil and myself, I want to say myself, but I know full and well it's going to just be Neil probably because I don't want to mess things up, to be completely honest. Not that I am offloading work onto him. I just want to make sure it's done right. Is do the plugins, get them all situated. Um, get the world set into an actual world, like get the spawn set into an actual world, not a flat building world. And then I think once we get permissions and everything lined up, I think we're pretty much set. We even have a jail now. Like, what server is really complete without a jail? We have a jail. This is amazing. And it came from a bit. It came from a bit. It's a bit jail. A jail for bits. It's a bit jail. I love that. So anyways, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Also, Callie, in case you watched this in post, thank you so much for helping me with the bit depth, or bit rate rather. I'm presuming it's what it actually is, not bit depth, bit rate in this case. Just getting that all situated for me, that is amazing. Just the smoothness and the crisp of the stream is so much better. It's amazing. Also, my internet's not completely hating itself right now. So thank you all so much for joining the first MCEmpire stream. I will continue to stream updates as to our progress, and inevitably when the server actually releases to the public, I will be playing on it as an actual player, foregoing my permissions. And I mean, mine is cosmetic, obviously. I'm obsessed with cosmetics. I will be abusing all my permissions to make myself look immaculate. Other than that, I will be playing as a normal player. I do want to enjoy that aspect of it, so I actually genuinely do want to play on here. I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. Regardless if we have a group of 3 or if we have a group of 30, I think it's going to be a really good time. Hopefully, I see people join on here from the live stream eventually. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video, in the next live stream. So take care now. Have a blessed day, and peace.